uwager.lv, sportsbook, and casino. Sign up today at uwager.lv, the premier online sportsbook, taking wagers since 1998. The most player-friendly lines, weekly juice specials, and a true dime line in MLB. Unique casino platforms with thousands of games. Play poker, high stakes, low stakes, or tournament play. uwager.lv, what we offer. Free same-day payouts. Customer service and wagering support, 24/7, year-round. Free monthly rebates on your action and daily casino rebates. Contests, free bets, best bonuses, and giveaways. Generous referral program. Get an 80% free play bonus on your first deposit, up to $1,000. Sign up today, and use promo code SPORTSWEB. Remember, you can't win if you don't play.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition, your special draft night edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about. And how do we start off this show? Because we're going to get right to it. We're going to get right to the phone calls. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Phone calls are open. Phone lines are open. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. The other number, in case you can't get in, 727-409-7528. Again, 727-409-7528. Let's get out to my co-host. Here we go. Handicapper extraordinaire of 1252 Chicago Sports, Mr. Harry the Greek. How you doing tonight? Welcome to the Sports Web live here on Draft Night, my friend.
How you doing, Peter?
Doing great. I know there's lots of people right now anxious to see what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to do. The Pittsburgh Steelers have traded up to number 14 with the New England Patriots, so we'll see what the Steelers are going to do. There is going to be no Bijan Robinson because he went to the Atlanta Falcons. There is going to be no Darnell Wright because he went where?
Oh.
And I want to tell you something.
I like the pick.
Okay. Go ahead. Go on your diatribe here, because I'm going to tell you right now.
It's not a diatribe, Peter.
The Bears never wanted Jalen Carter.
It's not a diatribe. Stop, please. Stop. Okay. It's not a diatribe. Right. But listen, I was watching the draft. Pittsburgh Steelers were up and the Bears were up next. A couple years back. I'll never forget it. And Pittsburgh took Aaron Donald.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to fall right into their lap. And I was like, oh, no, not again.
Well, and I know how you feel about that because I was.
But you know what? I like the pick because this kid, right?
Yeah.
The only thing I'm concerned with, I don't believe he can play left side. I just don't. He's a mauler, man. But I don't know if he's going to transition to the left side.
I don't think he's going to be left side. I think he's going to be right side, isn't he? Is he going to go left side or right side? Because to me, he's a right side guy that you plug and play. Let's recap the draft, but really quick, updates on the scores that you care about right now. The Tampa Bay Lightning, last check, 3-1 over the Toronto Maple Leafs in Game 5. Of course, do or die. If you don't win, you go home. It looks like we may have Game 6. We'll talk about that. And the Tampa Bay Rays are destroying your Chicago White Sox 13-2. Let's go out to the phone lines. Let's acknowledge me, Mr. Roger Shue. Pittsburgh is on the clock. Stand by here with your comment. Let's see who the Steelers pick at number 14. Broderick Jones, another offensive tackle that Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans wanted, possibly to play that left side. No longer. He is now a Pittsburgh Steeler. All right, Roger Shue, go ahead.
Really good pickup.
Well, Harry, I'm your number one Greekite. You know that, Greekite for life.
Yes, sir.
Looks like you and I owe Peter a steak and wings.
Well, he still owes me one. Before he collects his, he still owes me one.
Well, I tell you right now,
But yes, Peter was right. He went in the top 5. I didn't think he was going to go in the top 5.
Yeah, that was a big-time story here, guys. Anthony Richardson out of the University of Florida. You're a Florida Gator fan. Went to the Indianapolis Colts at number 4. Yes.
I didn't think he would go that high because, number one, he's a Gator.
Well, the reason why he goes that high, and I kept on telling, and you guys weren't the only one, Leo Haggerty, and said, I taught you better than that. But also we know that scouts and teams fall in love with the high ceiling that Richardson have. He was able to run a high 40 time there, can make all the throws.
That's all combine crap.
I understand, but people see that and they say, you know what, we can maybe turn him into the next Josh Allen. So that's what they're looking. He may be, but I told you he was going to go top 10. We'll leave it at that. What else, Roger? Because I know you have something to say. Yes.
All I want to know is how you want your wings, and do you want ranch or blue cheese and celery?
Blue cheese and celery, my friend, and we'll do some honey barbecue. How about that?
No, come on, man.
So
That's too
what do you-
much.
What's too much?
What are you kidding me? I mean, you're trying to extort the poor guy. He's one of my Greek guys. You just get 6 or 8 wings. That's it.
Listen,
Listen,
David.
Roger. Hold on,
Listen,
Roger.
David.
I'll take the honey barbecued. Okay,
Listen,
just
David.
don't worry about it.
Listen, David Koresh here with your Greek eyes.
It's Harry Koresh.
Yeah, I guess it is. After you were so disappointed by the Jalen Carter situation, Roger. Got to get your thoughts because you're a Bears fan. You like the pick of Darnell Wright?
I was actually not really. I was not real upset that they didn't get Jalen.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been good, but I think this guy is going to be a beast. He's 6'5", 6'6", 340. He's going to be
333, typical Chicago guy. He's got to stretch it out a little bit, but I understand.
Yep.
Yes, he's an absolute beast, but he plays the right side of the line. My question is this: who do you think he's replacing? Want to take a wild guess?
Yeah.
He was a former second-round draft pick of the Chicago Bears. Peter, anybody?
Is it Tevin Jenkins?
You got it. They were looking to move on from him, and they just got him.
Well, there you. Yep. Well, does Darnell Wright play the right side, and you play Jenkins on the left, or does Jenkins play the right side?
He's sticking on the right, unless they move Tevin Jenkins completely over to the guard position. However, the offensive line is not as in shambles as what a lot of people think. They're getting their center back. I think they're going to pick up. We'll go into it a little bit later. This draft is so exciting, so unpredictable.
Roger, we got to run here.
Christian Gonzalez is still on the board.
Yep, Christian Gonzalez. All right, Roger, appreciate.
My last statement: Bears, NFC North champions, baby.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, Roger. Good
Have
call.
a good night, guys.
Thanks
Love
a lot.
y'all.
Appreciate
Bye-bye.
you. Love you too. The second call. Let's go through the draft here really quick. Bryce Young, of course, went number 1 there. Kevin Sloan, I owe you lunch there. The Texans took, surprisingly, C.J. Stroud. We heard all throughout this whole last couple days that they were going to pass on the quarterback. Talked to Luke Easterling just a couple days ago. He said, don't buy that nonsense. He was exactly right. You surprised by that or C.J. Stroud? Okay.
I said they were going to go 1-2.
I agree with you. And then the Texans decided to trade up with the Cardinals at number 3 and got probably the best defensive player in this draft in Will Anderson Jr. So right now, Houston Texans fans have to be elated because it's a grand slam by the Texans.
The best defensive edge rusher in this draft.
Yeah.
I hate to bust your bubble on it. It's Tyree Wilson.
Well, Tyree Wilson went later on to the Raiders. Now, of course, we talked about Anthony Richardson going to the Colts at number 4.
Who, by the way, got an A for the first time in the first round on an NFL draft. I think I'm 56, probably since I've been alive.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Number 5, the Seahawks got Devin Witherspoon from Illinois. We talked about him, so they added to already that young defense. There was talk that they would take Richardson if he wasn't there, but he wasn't, of course, because he went to the Colts. Number 6, the Cardinals traded back up again, and they got
Paris Johnson Jr.,
which is the right way to go because Kyler Murray coming off that injury, you get the best offensive lineman, although I think the guy you got at number 9
he's a better pass protector, than Paris Johnson is. Okay. I will say that much.
The Raiders take Tyree Wilson there.
Great pick.
A guy that can definitely get after the quarterback. Also had an injury, so he fell a little bit. But definitely he has, all the measurables that you want there. Could be somebody that's a steal there at number 7. 8, of course, Bijan Robinson went to the Atlanta Falcons. The Philadelphia Eagles traded with the Chicago Bears to pair him up with Jordan Davis. They also have Nakobe Dean, so it's like Georgia North there. They get Jalen Carter. The Bears, of course, take Darnell Wright. The Titans take Peter Skoronski, the guard. The Lions take Jahmyr Gibbs. That is a scary pick. They already got DeAndre Swift. My thing is, are they going to trade DeAndre Swift because they got Montgomery in free agency? What are you going to do with Gibbs? That's a good problem to have because highly explosive running back. And there was talk he could go in the later first round. He goes at 12. So Pretty good pick so far. And then, of course, we just had
Van Ness just went to Green Bay. Another edge rusher, by the way.
Yep.
Puts his foot in the ground and he can go. Broderick Jones, really good offensive tackle. The Jets are on the clock right now, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's only one team.
And there's a player right now that is slipping that a lot of Bucs fans.
Christian Gonzalez.
Well, not only that, he's slipping there, but also you still have Nolan Smith on the board. We'll see what the Jets do here. Don't tip the picks. Of course, we're at 15 with the Jets making the trade with the Green Bay Packers. Of course, the pick is in, so we shall see it together. Will Levis, quarterback out of Kentucky. We've heard the talk of the Bucs taking him at 19. Do you think that's a possibility? You've come on this program and you've said, what about Mr. Levis from Kentucky?
I love Will Levis from Kentucky. I think he's a poor man's Jay Cutler, and I think if you gave this kid a year to sit back and learn the system and develop and grow, oh my God. But Pete, I keep trying to say, but you keep interrupting me.
Sorry,
There's
man.
only one team in all the picks so far that have gotten an A+ for their picks. Do you know who it was?
Who was it?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Why do you say that?
I'm reading it. Here, ready? Here you go. Jalen Carter. What does it say?
Well, and see, here's the thing.
A+.
A+, but you're not going to know for a couple years. And I think a lot of Bears fans out there, a lot of teams sitting there and saying, look, some of the stuff he did off the field was not a big deal. It was a big deal.
All right.
Coming to
it is a big deal now. I mean, he's a troublemaker. I'm glad the Bears didn't take him. Garbage, horse shit. Goodbye. Good riddance.
I mean, I think there's a lot of red flags out there for a lot of teams saying, you know what, at the end of the day, the stuff he did was not good, not coming in prepared, not coming in shape. That's the reason why. And you look at it again, his talent, he could probably be the number one player in this draft, but those red flags.
He could. He definitely could be. Anybody got a comment or question, make sure you dial that phone number. It's 727-255-0391. You got a question for the Greek or Pete, or the Pete and the Greek. It don't make a difference. Give us a call. We got a good answer for you.
Yeah, we do. All right, let's go on to the comments here. Troy says first. There you go, Troy. Good stuff. First again, says KR. Not necessarily. But KR is going to be the one that's going to win the lunch. Damn you, Troy. KR says the Lions with a bonehead pick. Like, why? I mean, do you like that pick? I kind of like the pick of Gibbs there as much as people don't like that. I like the pick. What do you say? Gibbs for the Lions. And the Jets pick is in here. So who do we know who this pick is? Because it seems like it's been forever. They're just taking their time right now. They got a kid that's announcing it. We're watching it together here on the Sports Web. I got to tell you, man, I wanted to do this somewhere tonight and get on here with the first pick.
It didn't work out.
You know what, though? Next time, I don't care if we're somewhere or not. We're going to get on the number one pick. I don't care. This is too much fun. I love this. I love the whole reaction to this and everything else. Let's see what their pick is at this point. Let's see. We are waiting for it. Again, to update it, the Lightning win tonight over Toronto, and the Rays beat the White Sox. All right, the Jets, Roger Goodell with the pick. What do we got here, Roger? Who would you go with here? Is it Christian Gonzalez for you?
You got to, man.
You pair him with Sauce Gardner. Wouldn't that be something, huh?
I don't think they need.
Could they draft a quarterback here? I mean, they already got Zach Wilson. Do you draft? I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers for the next couple of years. Do you go quarterback here or no? I don't know what he's saying.
Hang on.
And we're just waiting for
Will McDonald.
Will McDonald, another pass rusher, another
Iowa
rusher that the Bucs were thinking about trying to take at 19, has gone to the Jets at 15. So there you go. Will McDonald off the board. Nolan Smith still on the board for a lot of Bucs fans out there. We'll continue to read these comments. The Packers, once again, not drafting a wide receiver. Love it. Bears, NFC North champions. Roger again. Green Bay sucks. KR, goal Bolts. Absolutely, goal Bolts. There we go. Let's go out to KR. The Packers suck. Roger says hit the like button. Absolutely. KR, win-win chicken dinner. I got number one locked. You do, my friend. Great job. Somebody says, fire those cannons. And we shall. We all show. Let's go out to Troy here. Where's Roger? He said he would be here. I knew he would chicken out. Roger's right there. Bucs draft a kicker at 19, and this is what you get for that.
This guy sucks.
It doesn't matter what time we go, Roger and Troy. You guys are brothers at arms, bringing the nonsense here on the Evolution. Lightning win. Absolutely, Mickey. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Yes.
Peter, you don't have your phone number posted.
I don't have. Do I not have my phone number posted? Okay, well, I have this posted, so let me go ahead and post that phone number up there.
Absolutely, go.
Right, see, I had the draft. I had all the picks ready to go. So
everybody knows who the picks are. Just leave the phone number up there.
Look at the phone number up there again. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Commander's pick is in. Where do they go here, in your opinion, Harry?
You know what?
Could they go with the quarter? Because Will Levis is still there. I keep on saying it. Sam Howell, that's your guy. You get a chance to possibly get one of the top-rated quarterbacks on the board. Do you pass on him here if you're the Commanders, or do you go somewhere else? Nolan Smith here from Georgia.
I'm going to go deep. I'm going to go Joey Porter Jr.
Joey Porter Jr. Okay. Well,
I'm going to go deep. I am. I don't know why. I'm just, you know what? No, I'm going to say Christian Gonzalez.
Christian Gonzalez. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to say Christian.
Let's go out to Sean here. What's up, PB in Greek? What's going on, Sean? Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back. KR says go Rays 2, 14-3. There you go. Roger, you're smoking. You know I'm right. Go Bolts. Absolutely. Go Bolts. I'd be embarrassed if I was from Chicago. Stop it. Stop saying that. It's
Who's
over.
that?
Bolts win 4-2, baby. So it is 4-2. Last check it was 3-1, 4-2.
Who is you know I'm right?
I don't know who that is. Bolts and 7. I don't know who that is. Is that Troy? Troy's brother. I get lunch too. You do get lunch. Absolutely. Peter was locked in on that AR. Wow. Dave says Levis is dropping. If he's there, do the Bucs pull the trigger? You talked about this. Jay Cutler.
I talked about it for a long length of time. You got to entertain it, but what does that do to Trask?
Well, it says
really,
you're not
what does that do to Trask?
You're not interested in Trask. You're not interested in going with him, and he's not your quarterback of the future. That's what it says to me.
That sounds like what you're hoping for.
No, I'm not hoping for it. I continue to say I'm going to give him a chance. I just don't know. And you look at the comparison at the end of the day, is Levis a better quarterback in the Bucs' eyes than Trask, who's only had 9 snaps and has had difficulty in learning the system? I hope he works out. I hope Trask is the quarterback of the future, because you know what? I'm tired of talking about quarterbacks. By the way, speaking of quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson got his 5-year deal today. $185 million guaranteed.
Almost all of that is guaranteed to go through your comments, Peter.
Yeah, I'm going to go through the comments here. So, Dave, to answer that question, I think there's certainly a possibility there that they could take him. As crazy as it sounds, I definitely think they could take him if he's on the board. Troy says the best quarterback Chicago had was a Gator.
You're damn right he was. His name was Sexy Rexy.
Rex Grossman. Our quarterback is Rex Grossman, who took the Bears to the Super Bowl in what? 2006? Versus Tony Dungy and Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts.
Who they should have beat.
With Devin Hester, and his first time he touches the ball goes for a touchdown.
He goes yard, baby.
Yes, he does. Hey, Farb, England, how are you? Thanks a lot, Mickey, for commenting. Troy Polamalu. R.I.P. Bryce Young's career, poor kid. You don't like the pick. I don't like the pick. I think they should have went with C.J. Stroud. I think, again, though, the conversation remains to be the same. If Young were a little bit taller, a little bit bigger, we wouldn't be having this conversation because he was so accurate.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
I wish I was a baller.
No, the kid is a baller. Let's go through these comments, man.
Yes. All right. So let's
love these comments.
Laugh out loud. Troy, Roger again. Hit the like button. KR. Hell no on Levis. Will Levitt. No. I want Hooker, says KR.
I know you want a hooker.
Will you shut up and be quiet?
This guy sucks.
Okay, let's see here.
They're showing Will Levis, but go ahead, keep going, and I'll let you know. Will Levis almost looks like Aaron Rodgers did years ago. The face is getting a little longer.
Well, how about Brady Quinn?
Remember Brady
Quinn?
Oh my God!
Yeah, with his girlfriend there, sitting there, his girlfriend. So I mean that's tough in itself. I mean, you can fall, but then you're sitting there with your girlfriend, and you're expected to go a little bit higher than you're going. Nolan Smith, absolutely a possibility. Number is 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. If you can't get in on that number, 727-409-7528. Again, 727-409-7528. Will McDonald, Troy. Harry wants Davis Mills, the long neck Texans quarterback. Roger again. Jets take McDonald. Troy, I wonder if Davis Mills' long neck helps him see his receivers better. Greg says that's better. Sorry about
What's up, Greg?
Bucs taking a
Hang on.
What do we got? Well,
they just picked up Forbes, a defensive player. Washington, yes. Emmanuel Forbes from Mississippi State. I cannot believe that they took Emmanuel Forbes over Christian Gonzalez or Joey Porter Jr. Are you kidding me? I understand he's 6'1". He's 166 pounds, though, but he runs a 4.35. You just got probably a taller version of Devin Hester.
Hey, not bad. Well, he's a cornerback.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
So was Devin.
Yeah.
But and Devin really didn't play corner very well
earlier on, but 6 foot, 166. Geez. Okay. All right. So we'll see what the Commanders do here. Bucs taking a quarterback, Troy again. The Vikings are still keeping Cousins. And there's been talk about them loving Hendon Hooker. And you know what? That would make sense. The pick is in for the New England Patriots. Do they go Gonzalez here?
No, they go quarterback.
You don't go Levis here.
I'm telling you right now, my gut is telling me, my stomach is killing me.
I think it's gas because you got Mac Jones there, and you also have.
Hey, look, man, there's rift there with Mac Jones and
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick. Right. There's he don't like him.
The Packers are never drafting a wide receiver in the first round. Tulio says Gonzalez or trade back. Greg, whomever they pick will be a bust. Roger, I'm betting you now. I'm right. If one more dumb comment. James says 3-man race.
What was that? Hold on. What did he say?
He said, I'm banning you now if I'm right. If one more dumb comments.
Who's he talking about?
You know I'm right. The guy there. 3-man race for the quarterback battle would be a bad thing at all. Levis has a lot of upside. Greg, my car is
Sexy Rexy.
Greg, again, Lamar Jackson owes Jalen Hurts a steak dinner.
Yes,
KR says Nolan Smith at 19, please and thanks. The Commanders, wow. Greg again, Hell State. All right. Why don't Washington get a quarterback? Geez, they trust Sam Hell that much. We talked about it. Jets 2023 Super Bowl champs. Roger, Bucs by a hooker tonight.
All right, here we go. Patriots are selecting. Put this call on hold.
All right, Roger, you have to call back here with the calls.
Christian Gonzalez just went to the New England Patriots.
Great pick.
I can't believe that it just fell in his lap. Now, what are the Buccaneers going to do? Because one of the two quarterbacks are going to be on the clock.
Yeah.
Do they go quarterback?
Do you trade out? If you're a Bucs fan right now, are you hoping the Bucs trade out because there's one of those quarterback needy teams from the second round or in that later first round that wants to trade up? Let's go out to Roger Shue. Roger, your thoughts here.
All right. Well, at number 19, the Tampa Bay Bucs are going to be just like Peter H. Blake tonight. They're going to buy a hooker.
All right. All right. That's
Harry.
Hey, please, will you bless Peter with a Kyle Trask?
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Trask.
Oh.
Amen.
All right. You know what? Anything else there, Roger?
We'll see. We'll see after number 19.
How about that? All right,
Roger. Thanks for calling in,
got
brother.
2 more picks. Appreciate you. All right, so we're awaiting here. Number 18, the Detroit Lions. They took Gibbs already. Where do you go here if you're the Lions, in your opinion?
They're going to go defensive line, in my opinion.
Okay. Where do you go? Clancy here?
They could go Clancy. They can also go DB.
I don't think that's how you pronounce his name, but it's a kid out of Pittsburgh. That's who it is.
Oh, you're talking about the kid from Pittsburgh?
Yes.
The one that with
Let me go to Travis Bailey here. Travis,
he's a deep pick.
Really quick, I know you want to talk about Chicago's pick here. Are you surprised they passed up on Jalen Carter?
The heart attack I want to talk about the heart attack that Bill Belichick had while he was running to the podium to put the pick in for Christian Gonzalez. Are you kidding me? I can't believe this guy's dropped down in the draft so far.
I can't either, and I think that's the main story here. We heard from Big Game James last night of how athletically gifted this guy is, and then also how he can play man-to-man coverage. This is a steal for the New England Patriots. And to tell you the truth, they haven't necessarily killed it here the last 5 years, but this is a good pick by the Patriots. And you got to make this pick because you've got guys like Josh Allen. You got guys like Aaron Rodgers and Tua at quarterback. So you have to do something on the defensive side of the ball. And that's exactly what the Patriots did with this pick. Will Levis is still on the board. If he's there at 19, do you think the Bucs take him, Travis?
No, I don't think they take him.
Okay.
But I have to say, I love the Darnell Wright pick for the Bears.
I do too.
Interesting move, but we will talk about that ad nauseum. The Bucs pick is right around the corner, so I'll let you guys go at it a little bit here.
All right, Travis, call back. Yeah, go ahead, Harry. We got it. We got 4 minutes until Detroit's pick is over. So go ahead, Harry. Talk to let's go with this Chicago connection here. Harry and Travis, go ahead.
Travis, what do you like about Wright so much, and which position do you think he's going to play up in there, Chicago?
I like the fact that most of the time when I watch an SEC game that included Tennessee, he was able to shut down, a lot of the best players in this draft, as far as that are coming out of the SEC. So you watched him against Anderson. He shut Anderson down. He shut other guys down. So
yes,
I'm excited, man. You just got to try to help. And what I like about him, too, is you can see when they were running that particular offense with Hendon Hooker, getting him out of the pocket, that he was either leading the way or protecting his back. It was pretty fantastic from the film.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
I think he fits this offense perfectly, the scheme that they want to run, and that the sky could be the limit as long as Fields develops. But this isn't the Justin Fields conversation. This is this year's draft, and I'm pretty happy. The fact that Philadelphia only gave us next year's fourth to move up that one spot was interesting. But then when you saw Pittsburgh move up 3 spots, they only gave up this year's 4th round pick. So, it sort of balances out, but it sort of looks like we got a halfway decent deal because they knew we weren't going to take Carter.
I'm not too sure about that, man.
It doesn't fit Ryan Poles' mold for this football team, right?
Sure doesn't. It sure doesn't. And we talked about this off.
Sure he does. He plays the one gap. I'm telling you, man. He does fit Ryan Poles.
I understand that, but he wants guys that are going to show up to work, and it seems sort of obvious and previously that this guy didn't want to show up to work, and he came in fat and lazy.
Yep. Pretty much.
You bring up a valid point, man. You do bring up a valid point.
It's the point I've been bringing up too. It's red flags out there. You look at the tape at the end of the day, he could be the number 1 overall selection. Consequently, he's from where Warren Sapp went to high school from. And you see the tape, and he has a lot of the things that he shows you a lot of the flashes of brilliance there of Sapp.
He's not Warren.
But a lot of people.
Harry,
Go ahead.
What you were saying, I think he's going to be the left tackle the right tackle because they like Braxton Jones, the 5th rounder, who was ranked number 9 out of the left tackles last year.
Yeah, that's because they weren't throwing the ball a lot. He would be number 99 if they were throwing the ball like a normal team. No, but you know what? I'm saying that just to be funny. But seriously, he did get better as the year went on. Look, they're not going to need a superstar left tackle. They're just not going to because of the way they're going to be committed to running the football. And like I told you from before, don't be surprised that there's a particular left tackle that was with the Buccaneers by the name of Donovan Smith might end up being a Chicago Bear very soon. Watch. And you know what? That, my friend, would be an extraordinary pickup for the Bears because he's an extraordinary run blocker, Peter.
Yeah, but
the same thing what Tampa's going to be doing this year.
You need a pass blocker here, the Greek, to protect Justin Fields if you're going to throw the ball. And I feel like they're going to throw the ball here, guys.
They're going to, but they're going to be a run-first team, and you're going to have to respect the run, so you're not going to blitz as much.
He's regressed, and he's a turnstile, in my opinion. He was terrible last year.
Yes, he did. Couple of years in a row, you've seen him giving up the cheeks.
That's it. Go out there and get a young player. Forget about Donovan Smith. Don't do that to your quarterback. Thank you,
Bucs
brother.
coming up right around the corner.
They
boys.
are.
Good luck.
Lions pick is in here. Who do you go if you're the Lions at this point? Could you go with Nolan Smith? I mean, again, Levis is on the
Why
board.
wouldn't you go with the tight? Why wouldn't you go to another tight end?
Yeah, how about the tight end from
Dalton Kincaid, or you could go with
from Notre Dame?
Michael Mayer. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, you could go both of those. But here's the thing: the Lions, do they have a young quarterback at this point? Is Jared Goff the answer? It certainly seems like for the time being he could be the answer. But if
They
he's
don't
not,
need a young quarterback right now. They don't need a quarterback right now. They got the guy that they have confidence in. Look at what that team did.
I hope they go out and get a nice young quarterback. Go ahead and go get one.
I mean, they got Gibbs. Do we like the Gibbs? Do we like the Gibbs pick from Alabama for the Lions? You already got DeAndre Swift there. You also got David Montgomery from Chicago. Does that make sense in your opinion?
It was ridiculously surprising when I saw that pick because I was watching the Tampa Bay Lightning win in Toronto.
Yes.
Pucker some butts up north right now going into Game 6 in Tampa. Oh, boy.
Love it. Love it. The Leafs are doing
I
Leafs
saw that
things
pick and I
here.
was shocked that
They're
they
trying to
picked
choke.
running back.
Lightning win this in 7. Watch and see.
Oh God,
Boy,
that would be something.
Suicide watch in Toronto if that happens.
I think there's going to be.
You know what? It couldn't happen to a better city.
Well, I tell you
It
right now,
couldn't happen to a better city.
the way they have played against
Ladies
this Lightning
and gentlemen,
team, so dirty.
the pick is in for the Detroit Lions. Let's see if they can become the new version of the Raiders.
Well, let's see who they are. I mean, new version of
Jack
the Raiders.
Campbell.
Really? Linebacker out of Iowa?
Another Iowa
Well,
defensive player.
There you go.
Will Levis.
So
1.8% chance he'd be available at pick 18.
And there you go. Jack Campbell right there. A lot of Bucs fans considered him because of the Devin White rumors, but of course that was squashed this week.
Bro, let me tell you something.
Todd
This Jack
Bowles.
Campbell, he's a thumper, but he's not really good in coverage at all.
Well,
Let
then
me
that's
tell
not
you
the linebacker you need for this team because
Nope.
Devin White's not good in coverage, but he's not going to be traded. That's what Todd Bowles said this week. Unequivocally not going to be traded. By the way, Leo Word, just saying.
Unequivocally. Now you're starting to throw loquacious crap out there.
I am throwing loquacious. You know why? Because I'm going to be eating good, my friend. You know why? Because Anthony Richardson went top 5. Who's your daddy?
Yes, sir, Pete. Yes, sir, Pete. May I caress them a little bit more for you, sir?
Lions make their pick?
Lions have made their pick. The Bucs are officially on the clock, my friend. So I guess we will let you go and let the Bucs fans call in here when this pick.
Forget about the calls. I want everybody that's in the chats, go ahead and type in there right now who you think your Tampa Bay Buccaneers
Good
are
idea.
going to take.
Nolan Smith
Pete
is out
said-
there.
Pete said that the Bucs were going to take a wide receiver if Jackson Smith fell to him at 19. So
That is, and the
Bucs
Bucs pick is in. Bucs pick is in right now, guys.
They're on
Let's
the
see who
clock.
it is. No, the Bucs pick is in. It's already in. They're already in right now.
They raced to the podium.
It has to be. Is this Will Levis? It's Levis. Everybody's saying Levis.
Hugh Culverhouse's. You know what this noise is?
That didn't take long, guys.
That's Hugh Culverhouse scratching at his grave.
That was quick. Who is the pick this quick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Oh, man.
I'm not going to be surprised. Don't be surprised they get Joey Porter Jr. here.
Everybody's saying Levis. Mr. Daniels, you're going to have to call back. I will take your call once we know the pick here.
Oh, Todd Bowles is high-fiving everybody.
Is it Nolan Smith here from Georgia?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just traded this pick
Yes.
for Tom Brady.
Oh, you're
Gotcha.
so full. You're so full of it.
I'm only kidding you. I'm only kidding you. I'm only
We're on
kidding you.
streaming right now. They're going to a stupid commercial. The Bucs pick is in. Nobody.
I got it right here, bro. I see all the Buccaneer fans. They look great. They look happy. I can see Joe Buck fan out there jumping up and down.
There is. I'm trying to think of what his name is. He's always there, man. He is awesome. He's an awesome fan. I can't. Franco. There's Franco right out there. We just saw him there. That's all I'll say. We got a defensive tackle.
Is that what they're thinking?
Yep. Is that who it is?
Are they taking the kid from Pitt?
Wow. You pair him up with Vita Vea? That makes lots of sense.
I also talked about the kid from, well, he's already gone. You remember?
Who?
The kid from Iowa.
Yeah, Van Ness.
Yeah, Van Ness. But, oh, wait a minute. The kid from Wisconsin was the one that I was talking about. What was his name? But he's more of a second-round selection. Boy, what a run stopper he is.
Is it Clancy?
No. Here you go.
Here it is. Welcome the kid from Pitt. Is that who it is?
You got it. Welcome aboard from Pittsburgh. Kalijah Cansey from Pittsburgh.
Kalijah Cansey. There's your pick. What do you think, Bucs fans? That is your pick right there. Kalijah Cansey. A lot of comparisons going out there for Aaron Donald.
I know someone. I know somebody right now, a former Tampa Bay Buccaneer player, is absolutely doing cartwheels.
Yep.
With this pick.
Yep.
Because he's right. This kid's a gamer.
Oh, look at this. Aaron Donald is the comparison. If he's anything like Aaron Donald, and those are lofty comparisons, let me go out to Mr. Daniels here.
He's a little undersized.
Mr. Daniels, welcome to the Evolution. That's your pick tonight. Defensive tackle out of Pittsburgh, Kalijah Cansey. What do you say, my friend?
I just hope it don't turn around and bite my coach. And that's all.
Well, I mean, you go defensive tackle here, and I mean,
it's a great pick.
It's a great pick. I mean, because you
but you done went out and spent all this money up in.
Look at the comparison, Mr. Daniels. Look at the comparison here. Aaron Donald, 6'1", 285. Cansey, 6'1", 281. Ran the same 40-yard dash, same arm length, basically. I mean, Todd Bowles must have been very happy with this.
The guy, let me tell you something. This guy can shed blocks. You putting him right next to Vita Vea. Oh, by the way, didn't someone criticize me for talking about taking a defensive tackle yesterday? I think there was two other people there were really criticizing me, saying, "Well, didn't they just draft somebody last year?"
They drafted Logan Hall, so they're going to play him. They're going to.
That's all.
Obviously, a defensive end. I didn't expect him to be there. Honestly, I thought he would be off the board. But good for you. Cansey is a great pick, says Ralph Williams.
Right? Cansey is a great pick.
I was looking.
He's not. Trust me, he's not Aaron Donald. But he has got a real good high motor. I can't hear Mr.
Yeah, I can't hear him either. Mr. Daniels having to call back. I can't. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So there you go. That's number 19 for you guys. Will Levis was on the board. They passed on him as a quarterback. They passed on Nolan Smith. So there you go. So
Trask, you shall trust.
Well, they're going to trust him this year. That's for sure. They're going to give him an opportunity. Yeah, that's gonna be there. Bucs still suck. You know what? You suck. I'm just so happy we didn't draft a quarterback. Says, you know, I'm right. He's not Aaron Donald.
You're absolutely correct, Greg.
I don't like it, man. Half the sacks. Ralph says Cansey a great pick. Ralph again. Harry owes Peter a steak dinner. You know,
there's something. Go back to that comment.
Yes, go ahead.
That just doesn't even sound right. A Harry owns a Peter a steak dinner. But go ahead, next.
Oh, God. All right. So Mr. Daniels is calling back in here. Mr. Daniels, can we hear you this time? What do you think about the pick?
Yeah.
Is he there?
It's fine, but
is Mr. Daniels there?
Man, we need.
Hello,
Mr. Daniels, you there?
Yes.
What do you think of the pick, Mr. Daniels?
Well, it's good, but I'm not happy with it. But
why aren't you happy with it?
I was looking for a quarterback.
Wow. So you wanted Will Levis then? That's who you wanted, or Hendon Hooker?
Man, right now I would have took either one of them.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, man. But evidently,
I think he wants a hooker.
Well, no, I think he doesn't believe in the quarterbacks that are on this team. I think there's a lot of Bucs fans out there admit by it, but there's big time.
Like I say, Trash only had like 9 or 10 snaps.
He said Trask. You just didn't understand him.
No, he called him Trash.
Yeah, man.
Don't you call my man trash?
Hey, the last quarterback that came from the Gators was Tim Tebow, bro.
No, sir. The last quarterback that came from Florida that was any good, his name was Sexy Rexy. My boy Greg drives a Sexy Rexy, and I got his jersey, man.
20 years ago there, Harry, a quarterback out of Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, right, but still, hey man, me myself, college wise, I am a FSU all day, every day.
Yeah,
hang up on this. This is a trash call.
Guy,
Get off of this.
You're trash. Off with your head.
Off with his head.
Off with your head.
Oh, this does feel good.
Go ahead, Mr. Daniels.
We done already destroyed them Gators. But anyway, like I say,
that's right.
I really wish we would have went after one of them quarterbacks that's still out there.
All right.
Hey, man.
All right, Mr. Daniels.
Like I say,
yeah.
Call back when you can hang out a little longer.
Vita need help too. So
that's it. Vita needs help, and you don't have Akeem Hicks. You moved on from Ndamukong Suh a couple years ago. So now you get another defensive tackle. You're starting to build that line, and Will Levis looks like he's laughing right now, but he looks like he can't believe that he's fallen this far out of the first round. But he may be falling right out of the first round. He may be a second round pick at this point. Maybe
Seattle's on the clock. Do they go Will Levis? We got to get to this pick, Pete.
Well, here we go. All right, we'll let you go, Mr. Daniels. Thank you for the call.
Mr. Daniels, thanks for calling, bud.
All right, we'll go back out to the comments in a moment here. Seattle has an opportunity to take Levis. They had the opportunity
or
5.
Hooker.
Well, they could take Hendon Hooker there.
And I'll say if they take a quarterback, they're going to take Hooker over Levis.
They could.
Because he fits that type of offense.
But here's the reason why you take a Hooker, because you have Geno Smith signed.
I just love it when you say the word Hooker.
I know you like that, and that's where your mind is at.
Just listen.
This guy sucks.
Just listen. Even the people out there will comment, Hooker. Doesn't that just sound so dirty?
Hooker. Well,
I love when you talk dirty to me.
I'm not necessarily the most clean cut guy like everybody thinks I am all the time.
Hooker.
All right. You shut up and be quiet.
Shut up.
How about you?
I'd rather have the.
I'd rather have the Hooker. You're damn right. Go back through the comments.
Oh God,
there's some good ones in there.
Let's see. Okay, hold on.
Up.
All right. Levis is going to Dallas. Ed says, did I miss the pick? He did. It is Kalijah Cansey, the defensive tackle out of Pittsburgh. Big time comparison to Aaron Donald. We'll see if that works out. But now you got Vita Vea, Cansey there as a defensive tackle. Makes sense. Defensive coach on the next episode. If undrafted, Will Levis. It's Levis. I want Nolan. He's not. He's still there. Here he is, an unemployed comedian. He's great at what he does. This caller is drunk.
Who?
I believe in Trask and Baker. Greg says the Greek eats steak dinners. The Greek does not owe steak dinners, but on this show, Mr. Greg, he does owe me.
Listen,
a steak
don't go for it, Greg. Greg, don't go for this nonsense, okay?
Let's go back out to the pick here. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the Evolution. What do you think about the Bucs taking Cansey there at number 19?
Peter, it's Cole, and I'm calling from Lakeland.
All right. What do you think? You like the pick?
I like it. I'm not in love with it, but I like it.
Okay. All right.
Tell us how you really feel.
A lot better than the quarterback at this point?
Oh, yeah. If they would have chosen Levis, I was going to scream.
Because he loves Trask. Tell him that Trask is the answer.
No. Listen, I wanted the safety or maybe the tackle out of Oklahoma. But listen, they got themselves. This is an indictment of that pick from the tackle that they got, the defensive end.
Mm-hmm. Well, Logan Hall.
And what happens?
Okay, gentlemen.
Your guy,
the pick is in.
Hold on, Cole. Hold on a minute, Cole. The pick is in.
Hold on.
Seattle. Who are the Seattle Seahawks taking here? Stand by. Let's see who they take.
Let's just have a moment of silence for Seattle.
Oh, geez.
They're doing something with a whole bunch of kids.
Well, there you go. I mean, and then they're gonna draw this out a little bit. They need ratings.
Cuteness.
Lord.
Cuteness.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, there you go. Okay, well, the pick is in, so we don't know who it is unless somebody tips the pick. So don't do that. Somebody says Vance says Levis is not going to Dallas. Roger Shue says Hooker. Greg says TJ Hooker. Where is that at? There you go. All right. A good show.
There, the pick is in.
Finally. Well, who are they going to take? Hold on, Cole. Okay, that's not the pick. Why do these picks seem like
Jackson and Jibba? Wide receiver.
Wide receiver. Wow.
Yeah. Like they really needed another receiver.
Could be the best wide receiver in this draft right now. It kind of dropped. It was said he was going to go in the teens, and now you get him with the value at 20. You already add him with Lockett and DK Metcalf.
I think they jumped Seattle, or not Seattle, San Diego, or not San Diego, the Chargers. They jumped the Chargers because I think the Chargers would have picked him.
Well, I don't know. They have Mike Williams, and, of course, they got Keenan Allen. They got a lot invested.
Yeah, but Keenan Allen's getting old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. Very true.
Keenan Allen's like Wade Garrett. He's
way overmodulated.
Yeah, you're way overmodulated. Can
you know why? Because he's got something. We're getting feedback from the show through his phone or he's
that's what we're
listening to
doing.
us.
All right, my friend. Appreciate the call here. Let me let you go. Turn on your phone there. Appreciate it as always, Cole.
Yeah. Great call.
It was a great call, though. It was a little bit overmodulated. Heary embraces the Knowles. Seattle will take him. They did not. Pete, like the Bucs, couldn't afford a hook tonight.
A hooker, you mean? Too many drinks there, Raj.
Hooked.
I'll read this one. Harry, Peter likes his steak. Go back up there.
Okay.
Well done with ketchup. I already know that. Trust me.
Or A1, not kidding. He's a Malacca. No, I like my steak well done with some A1.
Yeah, he gets well done sirloins, by the way.
Take this call again from Roger. All right, Roger, this is your last call of the night. What do you want?
I love Roger.
Agreed. Shut up.
Yes, my Greek guy.
Peter H. Blake likes his steak well done with ketchup or A1.
That's a lie. I like it well done with A1. And now stop with that nonsense.
Now Peter and I go to Outback. I was out there with Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy. It's about a year ago.
We sent him the link, by the way, too.
So we go out there. We're going to have a nice dinner, and I let Peter order first, and he's like, I think I'm going to get a really, really good steak. And I was like, oh, yeah, cool. I'm buying. It's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a sirloin well done. And I was like, that's a great choice.
Thank you.
That is a sin against God. That is a cardinal sin.
I don't understand you guys at all. I don't understand.
No, it's okay, buddy. It's okay.
I like well done steak with A1. All right. So the hell with you both. Now, what do you want, Roger? What else?
He likes well done shoe leather.
Greek, how do you get your steak?
How do I get? It's going to have to be medium to medium rare, depending on the cut of the. Either I'm going to have the fillet, or I'm going to have the butcher's cut. Medium to medium rare.
All right, guys. I'm getting hungry. Get out of here.
Malacca, he needs to order.
Tell yourself that. How about this? Tell yourself that. Shut up. Get out of here.
True story.
Talk too much.
I'm on the date with the wife years ago when I first met her, and we went to a really nice steakhouse, and she goes, I have a filet. And how would you like that? Oh, I like my medium rare. Steak comes, everything comes with the sides, the baked potato, and she looks right over at the waiter and says, you have any ketchup? And I looked right at her and went, you don't get many second dates, do you?
Wow. Jeez. All right. Let's read some of these comments here coming in. F. Pete Carroll. I hate Polk County. Middle finger to Grady. I don't even know why that's happening there.
Grady's my boy.
You guys are in a delay. We are. It seems like we're on delay. Greg says seeing Geno Smith or setting up for Geno Smith with success. Absolutely. Van says, I'm not drunk yet. Vance again, but I miss you, Pete. Miss you too, buddy. Hope your Cowboys.
What's up, Vance?
Besides against the Bucs, which they killed the Bucs in the playoffs, but good for you. Hopefully, Dak turns it around. Well done, sirloin cheap date.
He is cheap. Take a look at him.
Was Kalijah a need or a best player available? Not excited. Hoping
he's a need.
Is real. Definitely think he's a need. You look at his numbers overall. The last 2 years here in 2022, 31 total tackles, 18 solo, 7 sacks there. And then 2021, 7 sacks there. So again, consistency. Is he going to be the next Aaron Donald? I'm not sure. Was it a need? Absolutely. Because you don't have Akeem Hicks anymore. You don't have Ndamukong Suh coming through that door. And you lost, Nacho to the New York Giants. Logan Hall could be either defensive tackle or most likely.
One of my favorite players for the Buccaneers, too.
What's up?
Nunez Nachos.
Yeah, Nacho. Yeah, absolutely. Goes to the Giants.
I love Nunez Nachos. My God, was he a lot of fun to watch.
I think it's definitely a need at the end of the day. Was he the best player? According to the book, he was. So 4.67 and the 40. It's not too bad for a guy that big.
You can move him on the line, left or right.
Yep. The pick is in here for the Los Angeles Chargers at 21. We'll continue to read these comments. Vance says, well done with A1 is not steak. Vance,
I'm going to stay on for 2 more picks. I want to see who the Minnesota Vikings pick because I got a funny feeling one of the quarterbacks are going to Minnesota.
It's either going to be Levis or it's going to be Hendon Hooker.
Mm-hmm.
And it was talk that they really liked Hendon Hooker. And the reason why Hooker would make sense there is because, once again, he's coming off an injury. You're not sure if he's going to be ready, but you already have a quarterback there in Kirk Cousins, and you're not sure if you're going to sign him or not. You may move on from him.
We have a bad connection. You said they have a quarterback, and his name is Kirk Cousins?
Well, he's a veteran quarterback. It doesn't necessarily mean he's a great quarterback, but he's a quarterback nonetheless. I agree with you, Greek. No ketchup on steak. I never had ketchup on steak, you moron. Bye-bye, Will Golston. This guy can play a 2, 3, 4, or 5. He's absolutely right. So it may be bye-bye, William Golston. There's definitely that line has gotten younger, and that's exactly what Todd Bowles and this defense needed.
The pick is in.
All right.
This isn't the pick that I care about. It's the next one.
Next one. Okay. Well, you're going to stay on for the whole draft here, aren't you?
No.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see who they go with.
Quentin Johnston, TCU wide receiver.
Now, there was talk that the Bucs were really interested in this kid.
A lot of speed, great hands though. Runs really good. Runs really good routes.
It didn't make any sense for the Bucs to go for him because you already have 3 wide receivers and Evans, got Gage.
He's physical. After the catch, pardon me for yawning, and he, great character, high motor, and I'll tell you what, I mean, just an extraordinary upside.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go back out to these comments. Steak cooked right. You don't need sauce. Greg, Peter, I support you eating well-done steak. It helps keep food costs down at my favorite restaurants. All right, Greg. Appreciate you tuning in. Shut up, Harry, and be quiet.
Shut up!
Don't piss off the Greekites.
The Greekites. Okay.
Just letting you know, buddy.
All right. Well, I like the Greek.
We come in droves. Buddy.
I see. Droves. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that.
In droves.
Are you shared this? I assume to your
Greg and everybody else.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, awesome. Great. So, in case you missed it, Kalijah Cansey is now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer at number 19 out of Pittsburgh, the defensive tackle. What do you think about it? 727-255. 0391. It's 727-255-0391. Again, the other number 727-409-7528. Again, 727-409-7528. Yeah, what's up, Greek?
I got to tell you, man, I want to talk about some of the draft picks that already came out. Peter Skoronski from Northwestern went to Tennessee. I absolutely love that pick because they really needed a little bit more help on that offensive line. Sure. Jalen Carter, I think that's a stud pick for Philadelphia. Bijan Robinson, Atlanta's the new Oakland. Tyree Wilson. Wait a minute. Atlanta became Oakland because Oakland now actually became a franchise and took the best edge rusher in the draft.
I agree.
Paris Johnson Jr., I think they gave up a lot to move up a couple of spots again, but you know what? They were in definite need to protect Kyler Murray. Devin Witherspoon, let me tell you something. I don't believe he's the next Saucy. I really don't. But we're going to find out next year. Anthony Richardson, I don't need to say anything more. Will Anderson, love what Texans did. C.J. Stroud, I mean, there's no surprises there. They were going to go 1-2. It could have won either order. But who's your surprise ones that have been taken so far? Honestly, Lucas Van Ness. I didn't think that Green Bay was going to go after him. Broderick Jones going to Pittsburgh, definite need. Will McDonough, another edge rusher. You need
Well,
to
not the
draft the
announcer,
offensive
McDonald.
line.
Not McDonald.
McDonald, sorry. They needed to go after the offense on that side of the ball. And personally, I think the defensive side of the ball was just fine. Washington, they're always going to go that way. Christian Gonzalez, wow, happy birthday, New England, because you guys stole one. Here's probably one of the better picks in the draft, which was a linebacker, and Detroit got him, and that was Jack Campbell. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like the pick.
Of who?
I can't
Gibbs
tell
or
you
Campbell?
that yet.
Or Cansey. You don't like the pick of Cansey to the
No,
Bucs?
I love Cansey.
Okay, you love the pick of Cansey.
I don't like Gibbs going to Detroit. I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I think they have some plans offensively, and maybe they're not all in on DeAndre Swift because he hasn't been able to stay healthy. So they get a highly explosive weapon that you can use all over the field. You have
Not a 3-down back, by the way.
Well, you don't have to. He doesn't have to be a 3-down back.
I understand that.
Got one in Montgomery.
Right.
Right.
He's
So
not a 3-down back.
So could you use him at wide receiver? Because I could kind of see where they're going with this, right? You lose Jameson Williams for the next 6 games because of gambling. Do you put Gibbs at the wide receiving position? Do you use him in the slot? You can use him all over.
You can. He's awfully big to do something like that in the slot.
Comparison is Alvin Kamara. So I get it. You know, that's a lofty comparison at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's pretty good comparison there. And maybe they're not so high once again on DeAndre Swift because he can't stay healthy. And what do we know here, Harry the Greek? You know, best ability is availability. All right. So, all right. Let's go back out to these comments here. Do you put ketchup on your well done steak too? No, I do not put it on there. Stop.
No, he puts it to the side and very daintily.
I've never put ketchup on steak. That is a lie.
Hold on. Yes, he does. With his pinky out.
Oh.
And dips it. Yeah. Just like his French fries.
You're such
French fries. Idiot. Just ask Ray Kennedy. He was there. I would never lie.
Ray, where is Ray at? What is he doing right now?
Ray?
Can somebody check on Ray Kennedy? What is he? Yeah.
He's hanging out with Mr. Williams in Tampa.
Greek Heights for life. Let's go on to Troy Polamalu. Roger's favorite is Top Ramen.
Listen, bro. Hang on. Oh, wait a minute. There's a box. It's floating around. They're raising it.
Then we got to stay on until the whole draft. You got to stay on with me here.
I can't.
You can. What do you mean
you
are
out of your tree?
What, you past curfew?
Yes, I have a curfew.
Oh, so listen to you. The Greek has a curfew.
It's perfect, man. I got to blame my wife for everything.
I guess so. Let's go out to Vance here. Cowboys tight end. Definitely. Dalton Kincaid on the
I can't believe that tight end. I cannot believe that tight end.
Can't block, but he can catch. And you can also go with Michael Mayer from Notre Dame. I think Mayer's the better pick, but Kincaid's more athletic. Overall, the best tight end for me is Mayer from Notre Dame.
Yes, he is.
I'm sorry.
They're drawing comparisons to Cole Kmet.
Well, they're drawing comparisons also to Baby Gronk. Not a bad comparison.
You just cursed him. I told you this story already. His name was Adam Shaheen from Ashland State, in a Division II school, when the Chicago Bears drafted him and reached for him in the 2nd round, and his nickname was Baby Gronk. He was a baby, but they forgot the Gronk with it.
Well, the Ravens, of course, have had a banner day here with, again, the extension to Lamar Jackson, $185 million there in guaranteed money without an agent. So good for Lamar Jackson. It was about time he got paid. He got paid.
Go through your comments.
Oh, geez.
Hurry up. Go through your comments.
I'm not on a Burger King budget like you. Says Roger, Bucs draft defensive tackle. We need an OL, man. Bad move. There wasn't an offensive tackle on the board worthy of that pick. That's what they told you. And again, I told you this, Corey. I told you this, that they may go with Luke Gedeke at the right tackle spot because that's his natural position. Why is anybody surprised by that? I don't know why you would be. Because I don't
know, because the Bucs sucked on offensive line last year.
Because of who? The human turnstile is Donovan Smith.
Easy. Your veins are starting to pop in your pretty little face there.
Oh, well, thank you. And pretty little face to you, too. Greg says ketchup tastes better than well-done sirloin.
It does.
Shut up and be quiet. If I come to Florida again, I'll take you out to dinner, just not a steakhouse. All right, Vance.
I love these comments. Keep going.
All right. So Roger says Ray at the shelter fighting over the remote. We could definitely believe that. I'll give you that.
Flawless victory.
Let's go on to Corey here. Cowboys draft the next O.J. Howard. Okay. And Vance says, good for Lamar. He promised a Super Bowl when he was drafted. And that's the key, right? I mean, he was drafted later on in the first round. He finally gets paid.
Silence.
Silence. Silencio? Why are we going to be silent? I can't deal. Listen, I can't deal.
Zay Flowers, wide receiver, Boston College.
And
what a speedster this kid is.
He is a speedster. He's also been compared to Antonio Brown. Now you've got OBJ there. You've got Rashard Bateman, and you got Zay Flowers. They're giving Lamar Jackson all
ran
the
a 4.42, 182 pounds, and he's 5'9". He is a definite slot receiver.
He's definitely an explosive wide receiver, and that's exactly how you help your quarterback out. And now that you have your quarterback taken care of, you got OBJ with his health situation. Hopefully he's healthy for their sake. You got Zay Flowers and, again, Bateman, and who could forget their tight end and Andrews. So now you start to put those weapons around Jackson, and we'll see how explosive this offense can be. You still got Cincinnati there. You don't know what Cleveland's going to do. And the Steelers are somewhat in a rebuild, but they still made the playoffs last year. So did they not make the playoffs or did they not? They missed out. Did they miss out or did they make the playoffs?
I think they missed out.
They missed out in the playoffs.
I don't remember.
They were there.
You're asking me what happened 3-4
year.
months ago. That's not good.
No, that's what happens in old age. We got options for day 2 picks for the offensive lineman. Greg says nothing brings out comments like overcooked steak.
Yeah.
Roger says, Pete, just eat a damn salad. You know what? You get the hell out of here. About that.
Shut up!
Corey says,
wow, wait a minute.
Yes.
The commissioner, Goodell, is actually taller than a player. Next.
Well, he's taller than Bryce Young, too, who got picked number 1. What's that mean there, genius?
Well,
Jeez,
no, Bryce Young was on platforms.
Oh, obviously, like Tom Cruise there. True story. Tom Cruise does wear platforms so he can look taller. I don't know how I know that, but I know that. Tampa Bay Buccaneers better second-round running back. Vance says missed, and Greg says Zay Flowers equals Devontae Smith. Not a bad
good point. Devontae Smith's a little bit skinnier than this kid, but I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
I like Devontae Smith.
I know you do, and that was one of the keys of why Jalen Hurts progressed.
And where did he go to college?
Alabama, Crimson Tide. Zay Flowers went to Boston College there. So comparison.
Roll Tide.
Tyreek Hill. If Zay Flowers is anything like Tyreek Hill, boy, the Ravens are going to be dangerous. They are going to be completely dangerous. They're saying explosive playmaker right now. We're watching it. There's nobody around him. I mean, look at this guy.
Well, that's where wide receivers going to die, to be honest with you. I mean, they've never in the existence of their organization, and I bet you a lot of people don't know this. And you're giving me that dirty look already. But the Baltimore Ravens have never had a Pro Bowl wide receiver. For Christ's sakes, the Bears have had Pro Bowl wide receivers. The Ravens have never produced a Pro Bowl wide receiver.
Anquan Bolden? He wasn't an all-pro, but he was a good wide receiver in the postseason.
Nah, never a Pro Bowler.
All right. Let's see here who Roger Shue says. Who did the Bucs take? I forgot. Well, again, old age, dementia, hallucinations. That's all you, Roger. We all know that. That's you, bud. Okay. So now we got that out of the way. Open phone line if you want to comment on what the Bucs did at 19. Kalijah Cansey, the defensive tackle out of Pitt. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's go out to Corey here. Tampa Bay Buccaneers could trade JTS or Keyshawn Vaughn or both for a mid-round or late-round. Corey, they're not doing that. They invested a first-round pick in JTS. He has no value at this point. And he needs to show something. Sure. The Bucs want him to show them something. He's a part of their future plans. They're not trading any of those players at this point. Greg says the Eagles are basically Alabama and Georgia, and you're all surprised we're good. I mean, it's a good point.
I'm not surprised.
It's a good point. I mean, that's
the SEC. Let me tell you something. The SEC, there's a reason. It's just like the pro league. I mean, they're tenfold better than the Tiny 10.
Oh, absolutely, with speed and physicality and everything else.
Yes, Chicago. I said Tiny 10.
Oh, geez. So you're just trying to piss off people tonight there in Chicago. Again, to recap the draft, you're on the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with handicapper extraordinaire of 1252 Chicago Sports, Mr. Harry the Greek. Bryce Young, of course, went number 1. The Texans knocked it out of the park because not only did they take C.J. Stroud, which was the right pick in the first place, but they trade back up with Arizona, probably get the best edge rusher, maybe best defensive player in the draft, in the Will Anderson Jr. out of Alabama. The Colts go for Anthony Richardson. 5, Seahawks take Devin Witherspoon. 6, the Cardinals protect their quarterback and get Paris Johnson Jr. from Ohio State. The Raiders take Tyree Wilson, who Harry says is the best edge rusher in this draft. Lots of potential. The Atlanta Falcons, this is what the Bucs are going to have to deal with here in the next 5 to 6 years, because that's Bijan Robinson, a generational talent. Comparison out there to Saquon Barkley. I mean, what do you think about that pick by the Atlanta Falcons?
He's not Saquon. Saquon.
Okay.
He reminds me of a little bit better than a LaDainian Tomlinson.
It's pretty good. Pretty good comparison. I mean, that's not bad. If that's what you got in Tomlinson, I'll take that all day long. Corey says we go have one of the best odd. We're going to have one of the best odd fronts in the National Football League. Let's go out to Vance here. Enough about steak. I'm about to cook a steak the right way, rare. Jesus, rare?
Yeah, rare.
Oh, my God. You guys are just cruising for a bruising. I mean, the next COVID thing that would happen would be from a steak or something. You ever heard of, what's it called? Mad cow disease? I ain't getting that with rare. My girl just got here. She likes it well done. She no longer gets steak from me. Do you like lobster, Pete? P.S. Stay here for the rest of the draft, Harry. I don't listen often, but when I do, I need to see you with Pete. Be strong.
I understand.
I love you. I think he's a Greekite now. Vance likes me. We're friends, but he may be a Greekite. You're
a Greekite. I understand.
I think we're all Greekites at this point, David Koresh. And David, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hang on. As long as we could talk and we're doing this, the Catholic thing.
Well, I tell you right now, you keep on
right, Greg?
We're going to talk kickers all night long. I tell you right now, we'll talk about Chase McLaughlin and all the great kickers. How about Robbie Gould? Is he going to sign with anybody yet? Where's he doing?
Robbie wants to go back to Chicago. Chicago doesn't want him.
Why doesn't Chicago want him? Because they have a great kicker in Cairo Santos? I mean, we could do this all night long.
Baby, I love Cairo.
I love punters. You want to talk punters?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
You want to talk about well-done steaks, Pete?
we can talk about the steak you're going to get me because you lost that bet. We can definitely talk about that. Oh, finally.
Okay,
listen,
here you go.
Listen to this. When I'm talking to you now. We got Harry the Greek. That's great, man. Look at that.
I know. I love it. Ready?
Oh, well, there you go. There's the Leo one.
I got to give you the Leo cam.
Well, Leo's done better with that. Give me the Mark Mancini.
Hey, how you doing? Everything all right? Hold on. Let me see if you can see my lips moving. Okay. Peter, I'm going to climb under your desk, okay? Here I come.
This is what happens, guys. We shut up and be quiet.
Shut up! Sit still, Peter.
Gracious. All right, so the best available right now, according to Mel Kiper, Will Levis, Nolan Smith, Dalton Kincaid, Deonte Banks, and Jordan Addison, who a lot of people were saying was the best wide receiver from USC. We've had two wide receivers go here in the last 10 picks. So Will Levis, where do you think does he go here to the Vikings, or did they go with Hendon Hooker?
I hope they don't draft a quarterback. I really do.
Where would you go if you're the Vikings at this? Because there's already contract.
They got to go defense here.
Don't you have to get a quarterback here because of the problem?
You're supposed to, but you could probably get one in the second round. They're fist pumping like they just drafted Tom Brady. They know they won 6 Super Bowls. These are the Minnesota Vikings. Their defense is atrocious out there. I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right, let's see.
Joey Porter Jr. could get off the board here because they really need help.
Yeah, yep. And you still got Nolan.
I'll get that pick right one of these
Bucs could draft a tight end again or bring back Cameron Brate.
What about Brian Branch? Hold on. What about Brian Branch, the safety from Alabama?
We have not heard from Brian Branch. We have not heard, and he was on the board, and the Bucs passed on him. So can't see. I didn't see that coming. I gotta be honest. Let's talk about which round Jason Light drafts kickers. Let's not.
Here we go.
All right. Sinet, Gaines, Vea, Hall, Shaq outside of JTS, outside, and Nelson. Not too bad with the rookie. Agree with you. And Roger says, Harry
They
waiting.
just drafted another wide receiver.
Wow.
Jordan Addison from USC. Good
Well,
wide receiver.
now that
Really
makes
good
sense
pickup because of
because they
Adam Thielen.
That's it. Who went to the Carolina Panthers now. So that makes sense. So Jordan Addison off the board here at number 23. You give Kirk Cousins another weapon. There was talk that they really liked Hendon Hooker there or Will Levis. That is not to be. Once again, just nonsense. Throwing it out there. Smoke. Jordan Addison will be the pick. He'll be the number 2 pick or the number 2 wide receiver to Jefferson there. So you like that pick?
Yes.
Does he got a high motor?
Great character, high motor, and really big upside. I'm telling you.
To me, he looks like Flavor Flav right now with those sunglasses. I'm just saying.
Flavor Flav.
All right, let's go out to shut up. Let's go out to Curtis here. Curtis, welcome to the Evolution.
What's up, Curtis?
Your thoughts? Yes.
So listen.
It's my man Curtis, not Mr. Williams.
Oh no,
okay,
it's not
good.
Mr.
We're good.
We love
We're
Mr.
good.
Williams.
We love Mr. Williams.
Yes, we do.
Wait. Who is Mr. Williams?
Well, Mr. Williams, the guy.
Hey, you got competition out there.
Well,
no. Well, I'm Curtis Glenn. I'm the one and only. So.
Well, yeah, but he's talking about your state of mind, I think.
Did you say you was Curtis Blow?
Oh, hold on. We shut up. Jacksonville has traded the pick.
Are the breaks.
Jaguars are traded a pick to the New York Football Giants. So the Giants are on the clock here at 24.
Okay. Now listen. I know we supposedly drafted the Aaron Donald 2.0. What do you think?
I think it's 0.5, but you're getting a damn good defensive lineman in this draft.
I'm waiting to see it, but I understand the pick because it's a need at the end of the day. You don't have anybody else.
You put him and Vita and the guy we drafted last
Logan Hall
together,
right?
That looks pretty good, man.
But nobody's talking about Shoyinka.
Well, but he's on the outside.
First of all, listen, I'm going to just tell you something. I don't like that guy. Okay.
Neither do I.
I've never been a JTS fan, and I wish JPP would have stayed another year and taught that kid something. But
you're talking. You know what? It sounds like we're talking like acronyms. We got JPP with an OPP, and
Jeez.
I mean,
yeah.
you down with OPP?
Flavor Flav.
I'm down with OPP, baby.
I'm telling you, look at Jordan Addison. He looked like Flavor Flav there with the white glasses on. I'm just saying. It was kind of cool.
So, I'm going to ask you guys because I haven't watched any of it. I'm going to go in here and watch it in a minute. Though.
Sure.
What is the biggest surprise of the draft?
My biggest surprise at this point is the Texans and how aggressive they were in the top 5. Not only did they take C.J. Stroud, which was talked about, they were going to pass on him. That was nonsense. But also they traded back up here, Curtis, into the top 10 because they were at 12. They go to 3 there with Arizona, and they take Will Anderson Jr. So overall, that haul is pretty impressive. CJ Stroud, who absolutely tore up that Georgia defense in that game. And then Will Anderson Jr., who to me could be the best edge rusher of this whole entire draft. So great start by Nick Caserio, who's had a lot of criticism, and also D'Amico Ryan starting out the way you need to start out as a new coach.
Where did the Kentucky quarterback go?
He
hasn't gone yet. He's still on the board.
On yet, and there was a lot of talk here, Curtis, because he was on the board that the Bucs would take him. No, it is in Trask. They trust. It's in Baker. They trust. Yes, I know that.
Anyway, he wanted to know who the biggest surprises were. I think the other part of the question was me, but no, Peter's got to keep talking.
Go ahead here. Go ahead.
I think one of the biggest surprises was Jahmyr Gibbs, the running back from Alabama that went to Detroit. I did not put a first-round talent on this young man at all. I think he would have been around in the second, if not late in the second round. That's just my own personal opinion. And I'm not the only one that feels that way because CBS Sportsline gave this guy an F.
An F already. They've given him F. He hasn't even played a down yet. I mean,
I understand that, but you're taking 2 running backs in the top 15 picks. Who is this?
Well, Gibbs from Alabama has been compared to Kamara, and they may be going and moving on from DeAndre Swift because it was talked about that they may trade him because he can't stay healthy. So maybe they're getting their second running back there.
Harry, who did your Bears take?
They took a really, really good tackle. The kid from Tennessee, Mr. Wright himself.
Darnell Wright, who a lot of Bucs fans also wanted at 19. He goes at number
he's
10.
just a little guy, though. He's kind of undersized. What do you think? He's 6'5", 333 pounds.
Yeah, he's definitely not undersized. He's the perfect selection for the Bears, especially with right.
And my other question is who did Green Bay take with the Jets pick?
Luke Van Ness.
Love the player. Very surprised with the pick going to Green Bay.
Rotational player, 14 tackles overall, but a lot of potential there. Comparison is J.J. Watt. We'll see if that works out. That's tough.
I'm going to tell you guys something. I just got out work and we were ridiculously slammed in. I work at a steakhouse now.
Nice. Okay, well, hold on now.
Did you know that Peter likes his steak well done with ketchup? Just to
no,
let
that's a
everybody
lie.
know.
That's fake news, Curtis, because you know me.
He must hang with Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Yeah, he don't get many second dates.
That's not no, that's not bad company, guys, to hang out with Patrick Mahomes, one of the greatest quarterbacks right now. He's also married.
Don't listen. You know what? Listen, I like Patrick Mahomes. We're gonna have this conversation right now.
Well, let's have the conversation because I gotta give the guy his flowers here, Curtis. I mean, he lost Tyreek Hill this year. You've got J.J. Smith-Schuster, who has more.
Right. Is he a top 10 quarterback right now?
Yes, absolutely. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. I've been proven wrong because I'll tell you right now, I was the dumbass who thought that they were going to take a step back.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. This is the part that gets really good.
Because you're going to pat yourself on the back like.
Oh no. You're going to do it for me. Go ahead. What was that?
Yeah, I thought that the Chiefs were going to finish last in that division because they lost Tyreek Hill, and I was proven wrong because it didn't matter.
Where did the Greeks say they would be?
They got TikTok boy who had more TikTok videos than touchdowns last year.
And where did the Greeks say they were going to be?
First place. And he even said they'd probably be in the Super Bowl too, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm. Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead, Curtis.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
He's good.
Don't say it. Don't say he's a product of the system. Don't say
it. Dude, Andy Reid, are you serious?
I mean, you had Andy Reid in Philadelphia with Donovan McNabb, and they can never get over the hump there in the NFC Championship games.
But do you know why?
Why?
Because Donovan McNabb would always find a way to throw an interception in a critical moment.
Well, I mean, it kind of kills your point there, Curtis, because you said, well, Patrick Mahomes is the product of Andy Reid's system. Well, so is
Hold on. I can hear two giant goofballs getting ready to jump off the roof. Stand by.
Okay, I think it's Joey Porter Jr., by the way. We're behind big time here.
Yeah, I know we are. Hey, man, I love you guys. I'm going to get in here and catch up, and I'm going to call you guys back.
I love you too, man.
Deontay Banks, the defensive back from Maryland.
Is that who it is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there we go. So let's go back out to
wow. He ran a 4.35 in the 40.
Yeah.
God bless America.
Yep. And there was talk of the Bucs being interested in him too, also because they lost Sean Murphy-Bunting to Tennessee. But he is a New York football giant, Deontay Banks, right there at number 24. Let's go back out to the comments. Roger, Harry, wait till Pete goes to the bathroom and order his steak medium rare. Okay. Used to be indifferent to the Vikings. Then I had the boss that liked them. Okay. Oh,
I understand that one.
Oh, you do? Can you explain that, or is that too personal?
Well, I can. Hi, Greg. How are you today? Everything good? Everything all right, Greg? Greg understands what that means.
All right. Good stuff there. Eric says, hope everything's going to be good. Van says,
and Greg would do this. Yeah, everything's fine.
Van says, why are you guys on delay like 20 seconds? Are you on NFL Network? No, we are on streaming service on Spectrum with ESPN. Porter to the Giants? No. You guys are entertaining. I may have to watch more often. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I think we got a pretty damn good, entertaining show. Very informative. We make you laugh. We goof around a little bit. It's okay. We read comments. We take phone calls. We call people.
By the way, he was never the goof around type until the Greek came around. Trust me when I tell you. Well, he was always very straight-laced.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, you're just trying to do you're just trying to do too much at this point. You need to stay in your lane. If you look at the board, unless somebody trades back into the first round, there will be no quarterbacks taken off the board tonight. That's a great point, David. And who would have thought that? I mean, I thought Levis was at least going to go in the first round. Is there an opportunity here? I mean, Dallas is not going to pick him. We know that Buffalo is not going to pick him. Jacksonville is not going to pick him. I mean, where do you think Levis, how far do you think he could fall? Does he get out of the second round? Could he fall to the third round, in your opinion? Where do you see Will Levis falling to?
Will Levis is going to be a day 2 quarterback. I mean, it's going to be I don't know who's going to take either one of the 2 quarterbacks that are left.
I love Hendon Hooker, and you've said it before and say it again. He
could be the best quarterback in this entire draft.
Not for the injury. Yep. That's what it comes down to, and that's a big deal. And the guy is 25 years old, so that you lose a year there. Could he be ready by training camp? More than likely not. Is he going to be ready by week 1? More likely than not. We'll see, but it's a good point. Good stuff, David. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Man says, I'm in Tennessee. Bears got some good old Rocky Top right
Rocky
there.
Top, Tennessee.
Yeah, absolutely. Good voice there, too, my friend. Greg says, lots of teams think they can develop a running game, and then they find out their O-line coach isn't Jeff Stotland. Okay. Harry called Chiefs in the Super Bowl last year. How does he see the Cowboys this year? Go ahead and give your analysis on this.
Great question. I'll let you know that just before the season started, when we do the over-under show again and we start talking about individualized games. We can make some predictions then, maybe some over-unders, but I got to see what happens after the trade deadline and everything else.
Yeah, and again, big time.
I mean, not after the trade deadline, but let's just see what players are getting cut.
Who's running back? Because you got Tony Pollard coming off an injury. Ezekiel Elliott has moved on. He'll be choosing a team here probably after the draft. I mean, most likely you don't go for somebody here. You probably go for somebody in the second or third round at the running back situation. Let's go out to Toxic Falcons. Yo, I'm disgusted we drafted a running back over Jalen Carter. Is that a great point? Because you could have paired Jalen Carter with Grady Jarrett. That wouldn't necessarily been a bad mix. I mean, did the Falcons make a mistake there by not going with Jalen Carter, in your opinion, with the Bijan Robinson?
I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but when have the Atlanta Falcons made the right move in the past 5 years?
True.
Just think about that, man. They are starting to become the joke of the NFL. And the joke is not a bad thing. It's just you kind of a head scratcher. I mean, they're doing stuff that the Raiders used to do. And that's what's just so perplexing. But on the flip side, y'all got one badass running back coming to town, because he is going to terrorize the NFC South.
Well, and you got 2 running backs there, because you had Algier out of BYU who killed it last year.
Now, Cordero Patterson is gone, correct? Or is he still there?
No, he's still there too. I mean, that's where a lot of fans are like, what are they doing? And Will Levis hanging out with his girlfriend. Looks like his girlfriend, his mother, and his sister. And he good for this kid, because you can't see it visibly that's affecting him.
Is he doing an Aaron Rodgers things again?
No, he's not pouting like Aaron Rodgers. He's not by himself in a corner or in a dark retreat or anything like that.
He's not in a dark retreat.
He's handling like a professional. It's amazing how that goes these days. You're on the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, here. Special Draft Night edition, along with my co-host, Mr. Harry, the Greek professional handicapper extraordinaire. Numbers are out there if you want to talk about the Bucs draft or your favorite team's draft. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. The other number, 727-409-7528. Again, 727-409-7528. Greg says Eagles will trade back. Levis gets picked.
Could.
I don't see it happening. I mean, they just paid Jalen Hurts all that money.
Here comes the comment of the night.
This should turn into the Greek web. Okay, Roger.
Oppa.
Okay, Vance, I worked with Pete in the late 2000s. Pete has always been the passionate man. Now he has the Rolex. Appreciate you, Vance. Absolutely. As always. That's
or Hungry Howie's.
Those are my web heads right there. And I was not working at Hungry Howie's, you idiots.
This guy sucks.
All right.
Hi, so thanks for calling Hungry Howie's.
Shut
Can
up.
I interest you for a 2-for-1 for $7.99?
I'll tell you right now, I'm going to get Hungry Howie's as a sponsor for the show.
Right. I'm going to love it, too. I'm going to take a bite of pizza and go, Pugh.
Oh, my God. You should be cut off for that. They won't help. That won't help our defensive line.
Bills select.
Bills. Who are they selecting? The Buffalo Bills. So the Jaguars traded the pick to the Bills. Bills traded up.
Wow.
So who did they want? Nolan Smith?
The best tight end, Dalton Kincaid, Utah.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Well, don't they have Dawson Knox?
Yes, they
Wow.
do. They just got Dalton Kincaid. Are you kidding me?
So the 2 Ds there, I did say Ds, and Buffalo.
They got the double Ds.
Double Ds, baby. Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid out of Utah. So there you go. Highest tight end on the board. So they traded up with Jacksonville for that. What do you see with this kid? I mean, I don't necessarily think he's the best blocker at the end of the day, but obviously they're giving Josh Allen another weapon here, right?
They need to give Josh Allen another weapon because, for God's sakes, they have to do something with that young man because I see a lot of regression on this team, especially at the quarterback position. I'm going to give you a little stat. He turned the ball over more than anybody in the National Football League last year. Even my mind just went blank. He turned the ball. I'm sorry. He turned the ball over more than anybody in football, including fumbles.
Wow. I thought it was Dak Prescott there with the interceptions. Sorry, Vance. All right. Yeah, well, there's fumbles too also. All right. Let's see here. He's going to go and drink his ayahuasca. Is that what it is? Ayahuasca tea tonight?
Hisaka tea.
It's not Hisaka.
I don't give a shit what it is. It's nasty. It makes you hallucinate.
All right, Dallas is on the board here, Vance. Let's see what they do. Dalton Kincaid with a big smile on his face with that Buffalo Bills hat on. The family is happy. I mean, I think this is a great story here. I think
Levis gets picked by the team that trades with the Eagles.
Wow. That's certainly a possibility because they could do it. Somebody could trade back from the second round. All right, Levitt. Okay, so good stuff there. Greg says Hungry Howie's is delicious.
Oh God, Greg,
Okay, we're talking.
Greg, you need to stay in Hillbillyville.
No, Greg is awesome. He's definitely allowed here on the sports web anytime he wants to.
He's a Peterite. I mean, he probably grew up in no place really.
I got your Peterite right here, baby.
You got my Peterite. You ain't never getting my Peter right, okay?
I hate you. I really do.
You're the one that fell into it.
Oh, you said it.
You smell that?
You're an idiot.
Anybody smell that?
You're an idiot.
Because Peter just stepped right in it.
You know what? You are stirring it up tonight, my friend. We're on the sports web.
I am the chef of the poo-poo soup.
You are. And Hungry Howie's butter cheese crust with bacon and pepperoni. That's the stuff right there. If you get Howie's as a sponsor, I'll never watch again. I'll go to 1252. Well, you know, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord would
split you.
This guy sucks.
Listen, the Greekites, they come strong.
I don't care about him. Get the hell out of here. If I get
Roger, you know where he lives. Go.
Oh, yeah. Like he ever comes over here. You know why? Because Alex would chew his ass up. That's why.
Alex would lick him to death. Are you kidding me?
Well, you stepped into that one right there. That was gross. 2 strong receiving tight ends opens up a hell of a lot of options.
Yes, it does.
Cole, Pete, why wouldn't the Eagles trade back? They are late in the first round. Other teams need to get an extra year for a quarterback. I agree with you on that, depending on and you could probably get a first-round pick next year if you could play this right. I think you could. So I certainly
but I'm sorry, Pete, in about 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah.
After Dallas drafts a quarterback.
Dallas is not going to draft a quarterback. Michael Mayer on the screen.
I do have to retire for the evening, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm going to miss you. I'm definitely going to miss you here. It's going to be so hard to do this show without you.
I'm sure it would.
So Michael Mayer here for the Dallas Cowboys, man. So you want that? Do you guys want that? The comparison is Jason Witten. That's what they're showing.
Oh, they're showing Jason.
I think
they're showing Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Jerry looks about as clueless as our president right now.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what your name is.
You got political. Don't do that. Don't be a wuss.
I didn't go too political.
All right. I want him. I think that's where they're going to go. They should go. If they don't go with him, I don't know where they're going at this point.
I don't know. They're probably going to go tight end. I mean, do they really need to?
I do not go Michael Mayer here. This is the perfect pick.
What about Brian Branch?
Well, you lose. Look, listen, you lose Dalton Schultz to the Texans.
You know what? They do need a tight end, and they got to get young quick.
They need to get this guy right now. This is a slam dunk pick. Great value for the Dallas Cowboys to get him at 26. I like him better than Dalton Kincaid. I'm sorry, I do. I think he's more of a complete tight end.
Well, Dallas has their pick in with over a minute to go. Everybody's standing up.
He gotten bigger. They're clapping.
Jerry Jones just grabbed his walker.
Oh, there you go. Mike McCarthy was difficult to try to get up there. Did he put on about 50 pounds there?
Jerry Jones is rolling a fatty.
He's getting a lot of massages, obviously. That's the reason why he's so big right now. They're not going to drop.
No, actually, you're confusing him with the owner of the Patriots.
Oh, that's probably
or a particular quarterback that plays in the armpit of the country, Cleveland.
Oh, jeez. It should be illegal to show any comparison. That is a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
Tackle. Let's see where the Cowboys go here. The watch party is going on. You're on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, a special night draft edition. Do you go offensive tackle here? You could go Brian Branch, like you talked about, at safety. Also a nickelback.
They're gonna go tight end, Pete. They have to. They have to because they have to have that.
Well, you got to have a weapon for Dak Prescott. Yeah.
I mean, poor Dak's got nobody to throw to through the
and
center
I
of the
actually
field.
think it's an upgrade to go with Mayer over a Dalton Schultz because besides Tampa Bay, which he absolutely killed because they couldn't cover a tight end, Devin White, everybody else on the team.
Devin, I want to trade. Did I say that?
Yeah, well, he's not going to get a trade. So you can forget that nonsense. It's not happening. Todd Bowles put a stop to that. Are you surprised that the Bucs drafted defense? I mean, honestly, did we think they were going to draft?
No, I'm not surprised at all. I said they needed to address one of the lines. Okay,
right.
And I honestly think that they're going to get themselves a really good lineman in the second round. That's just my opinion.
Sure. And Anton Harrelson from Oklahoma is still out there. I don't know if they'll be able to get him. Let's see here. Cole says, I agree. Pete Mayer is the best tight end. You're an ass, Harry. I was drinking when he said Jerry grabbed his walker and I spit it all over me in laughter. You owe me a beer.
I'm crying on that one.
It's got to be Mayer.
Here comes the long, nice. It looks like Roger Goodell's walking on the runway. Hi.
Oh, jeez.
Hang on.
Uh-oh. Who?
Michigan defensive tackle Mozzie Smith. That was a reach.
I don't get it.
That's a reach. I'm sorry, Dallas
I don't
fans.
understand that at all.
The guy's a run stuffer. He's a big guy.
Don't you have that already with the players that you have on this team? Aren't you good at defensive tackle in that line with Micah Parsons? Maybe I'm wrong. I would have gone with Mayer. Who exactly? Mozzie Smith.
At least they have the cheerleaders. That's for sure. At least they got the cheerleaders. I'm watching the cheerleaders.
Oh, I don't get it. I don't know what they're doing.
Oh no, I can get it.
I bet you can. I bet you can. I think a lot of Cowboy fans right now are disappointed because Mayer's on the board at tight end, and you don't go with him. Who do you have at the tight end position?
I don't know, but looking at the cheerleaders, that's a tight end.
Pay me $60 million a year, and I'll own the runway. KR says only the Cowboys make suspect picks. They do. I tell you right now, though, Micah Parsons was a hell of a pick.
Micah Parsons was a beast.
Beast.
Vance, I'm sorry about your beer.
Ha ha ha. He gets it. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand that at all. No idea. So Jacksonville is on the board here. What do you do? We only got a couple more picks. Let's hang out. You're at 27. We got until 30. You can hang out for a little bit.
It's What was that? Oh my God. The wife is screaming at me. I gotta go.
Yeah, I bet she is. Nolan Smith is still.
I can only talk like this now.
Are you gonna talk like this now? Oh, because
she's sleeping.
Okay.
Can I shut my lights off?
Sure, go ahead, go for it. Why not? Anything goes at this point. Shut your lights down.
Okay, stand by.
Yeah, there you go. Well, there you go. Look at that. I can talk to you now. I don't have to see your face. That's awesome. There we go. We're going to be talking like this. We're going to keep it down because his wife right now could put him in the doghouse. We don't want to
scoot over, sweetie.
Okay, there you go. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. I'm not going to even give out the other number. Screw it. What is it? Look at this night shot. This looks like an old show that we used to watch on Facebook where you had no light. All right, Van says hang out. I hung out for that crap pick. I'm sorry about your luck there, Vance.
This guy sucks.
That's a good shot there, right there. I like that. That's good. That's better.
You like the ceiling fan?
That's good. Well, that's another good shot you could go with.
It's not bad, is it?
I've seen that one before. Why isn't it on? Why don't you have the ceiling fan on?
Do you understand that my house is like a refrigerator?
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh. Why is it like we always see those shots of people doing shows and you always see their ceiling fan and it's always like running at 90 miles an hour?
Why can't I see my camera and computer through my glasses? This is annoying.
Look at that. Will Levis goes Bucs round 2. Greg says bye. Vance says, what's that number again? Number is 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Again, the other number is 727-409-7528. Again, 727-409-7528. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Handicapper Extraordinaire in the dark tonight, because if he's not in the dark, he's in the doghouse with his wife, Mr. Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire of 1252 Chicago Sports. Let's see here. Cole says that's the best Harry's looked the entire show when the screen went black. Well, that's actually a good comment. I like that. It's good. How many left? You got
in Greek we say phi. Go, say it with me. Say the word phi.
Phi.
Skata.
Skata.
There you go. Phi skata.
Phi skata. What's that mean?
It's just you're eating something.
I hate you.
I know you do.
I don't know where to go at this point. Really, I mean,
ladies and gentlemen, I am the only one that he's ever worked with that could literally put this guy in just. It could be the most serious. The Russians are attacking with nuclear missiles, and Pete will just start dying of laughter. It's just the greatest thing in the world.
Yes, he definitely puts me in a good mood on this show. That's for sure. Because sometimes we have some serious moments, but this is not one of them.
No, it's not.
It's a fun show here on the Evolution. How many picks left again? Jaguars on the pick is in 27. Of course, their big time story there. The emergence of their quarterback there, right? I mean, talk about.
He played a lot better than he has. I predicted he would be a bust. I really did, but man, he really looked good last year.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, I mean, big time story there. Nearly beat Kansas City, gave Kansas City everything they could handle. Of course, beat the
coaching, baby. That's what coaching does.
That's it. Coaching did it for them. Not having Urban Meyer there was a big time step in the right direction. So exciting things going on right now. You got Will Levis, Nolan Smith, Joey Porter Jr., Miles Murphy, Anton Harrison still on the board. Where do you go here?
Jr. Is Joey Porter? Is he? Did he get picked?
No, he's still on the board. You got Miles Murphy also.
And Brian Branch hasn't been picked.
Brian Branch has not been picked either.
You know what?
Well, who do you go with if you're Jacksonville right now? You're not going to go with Levis. We know that.
I'd love to see Chicago move back up.
How about Nolan Smith? Nolan Smith from Georgia. He joins his teammate Trayvon Walker, who they drafted number 1 overall there over Aiden Hutchinson. I could see something along the lines of that. Will Levis?
Guess who's coming to the podium?
His girlfriend's on his lap. Doing pretty good. He's texting somebody. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to tweet out something. I don't know what he's doing. All right, here we go. They're booing him, by the way.
Big tackle from Oklahoma, Anton Harrison.
Anton Harrison. So there was talk of the Bucs taking him at 19. They did not. So he goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and once again, they're trying to protect their quarterback, and they're doing it the right way. Good pick for them. What do you say?
Extraordinary pick, because I'll tell you what, he does play the left side. He's really, really, really good. I have noticed when I watch him in his games, he keeps his hips are a little bit wide. His legs are a little bit too spread out. I think personally that's going to get straightened out in the National Football League. This guy's going to be a lockdown left tackle for many years to come.
Yeah, and he definitely has got some. Oh my goodness! Look at that pancake on that poor linebacker or poor safety. That was ugly.
Mm-hmm.
And the run game, I mean, he's pretty stout. You could see from what we're watching right now. Let's go out to Cole. Urban was addition by subtraction. Absolutely. Are you going? We got a couple more picks. Cincinnati is on the board now. Of course, being eliminated by Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. So where do you go if you're the Cincinnati Bengals here? Do you go with Brian Branch? Could Brian Branch be there because you lose Jesse Bates to the Atlanta Falcons? Is that where you go?
They need a safety. They need a corner. They need a tight end.
Yeah.
They need a lineman. I mean,
their line is a lot better. Their line has gotten a lot better.
They really need help on defense, but that offensive line could use a little bit of help. I mean,
here
Joe
we go.
Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in football.
Yeah, here we go. Mayor to Cincinnati. That may be also. Look at that. That would be unbelievable.
Yeah, it could be.
You get Michael Mayer from Notre Dame at 28 for Cincinnati. All right, so the pick is in for Cincinnati here. You could go multiple directions, but Cincinnati definitely turning it around here the last couple of years with Joe Burrow. Let's see. Urban was the funniest thing to happen in the NFL in years. And yeah, it's definitely a joke. That's for sure.
I think we're talking about Urban Meyer.
Yeah, Urban Meyer. It's a joke.
I heard he went to some pretty good clubs.
I bet he did.
He hung out with Deshaun, I think.
He probably did. He stayed in Cincinnati for a little bit there after they lost to Cincinnati. On was it Thursday Night Football? He decided to stay over a little bit. Miles Murphy from Clemson. Is that a guy you could take here? Well, I mean, what are the Cincinnati Bengals?
Yeah, what happened to Miles Murphy from Clemson? Why didn't he get picked up?
The talk is the Saints really like him, and their pick is coming up at 29. So you're gonna have to deal with that if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You look at the division as a whole. It's improved. I mean, again, Bijan Robinson's going to be something that you're going to have to deal with here the next 5 to 6 years. If you're, this Bucs team against the Atlanta Falcons, of course, you have Bryce Young for Carolina. They've improved. They got a new coaching staff now. Frank.
Look who it is.
And then you got the Saints with Derek Carr.
Hi, Bandit. How are you, buddy?
Let's go out to Cole here. He says, unless you're a Jacksonville fan. So we're on the sports web here live. A couple more picks left, and then we are going to let you go because we're going to get in bed, get up, and then tomorrow night you're going to have 2 and 3, and then they're going to finish out on Saturday. I don't know if I want to be here for all that. We'll see. Let's see here. Greg, fair enough. I'm sorry. No, that's okay. All right, Cincinnati, the pick is in. Who do the Cincinnati Bengals take here?
Miles Murphy.
There you go.
The edge rusher from Clemson.
Makes sense to me.
Good player.
Very good player. You need to improve that defense. You said it best. You either go safety or you go edge, and you go Miles Murphy. That makes lots of sense there.
All right. Absolutely had a fantastic time. I am going to cut you loose because the Saints are up on the clock. They're worthless. The Philadelphia Eagles. Sorry, Greg, but they're not doing anything in this year. But Kansas City, oh, boy.
Oh, boy. All right, we got a call coming in here. So here, I guess.
So who's the call? Let me hear who the call is.
Well, let's see here. Welcome to the Evolution. What's your name? Where you're calling from? Turn on your phone. Yeah, you got to turn on your phone.
Who is it?
Hey, it's Vance from Tennessee.
Is this Vance?
It is Vance.
Hey, Vance. Welcome, buddy. What do you think of your pick there for the Dallas Cowboys? A little bit disappointed?
Here's what he thinks.
Oh, jeez.
But
it's a horrible pick.
It is. But the reason I'm calling is we're on pick 28. You only got 31, so I'm thinking Harry can hang out for about 3 more picks.
Oh, Vance, you're killing me, bro.
He's got Bandit there to keep him company.
That's it. You got his cat there, Bandit, who's there every night. Yep.
Bandit is like, you're gonna give me some love. That's it.
Well, that's all right. We have it. We're not against animals on this show. In fact, a lot of our fans are some animals.
I have 3 more, but this cat is like psycho.
Well, yeah, he loves it. So there you go. Miles Murphy excited with his family. You love to see that. I mean, I think that's the great thing to see there is when these kids get drafted and they're with their family. It's one of the most proudest moments of their lives because you're going to be a millionaire and you're going to get an opportunity to play in the National Football League, and that's a privilege. So do you think they should have went Mayer where the Dallas Cowboys picked?
I thought they would have taken a tight end, but the Dallas Cowboys, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan for freaking 50 years. And, they confound me.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yep, absolutely. What else, Vance?
Do you guys talk fantasy at all?
We do sometimes on this show. I mean, it's a little bit early. What are you thinking about talking about with fantasy football? Who are you looking at?
16-team league. I'm thinking, I hope I get like a late draft pick and Kelsey, Mahomes combo and build my team around it.
I don't know. That's going to be tough. Definitely two primetime players at the end of the day. I mean, you've done fantasy football before, Harry. How did you do?
Me?
Yeah.
Bro, I told you I cannot stand fantasy football.
Here's a guy right here that joined a fantasy football league, Vance.
Listen to this story. This is good.
Did not change his lineup. And the 1 week he didn't change his lineup and kept players in, and I think he had like 2 or 3 players that were not in, still beat me. I wanted to kill myself. Seriously.
Yeah. I was like, I can't let this happen. I had to pick someone off of waivers. I put him in and I went, night, PD.
Yeah. I lose to a guy that has 3 players missing. My team sucked royally. They did get to the finals, though, but they're very inconsistent. So Mahomes and Kelsey, that's what you're thinking?
I'm thinking first 2 picks, Mahomes and Kelsey.
Okay. You know what I'm thinking?
What's that?
I'm thinking I'm going to go. Vance, it's really nice talking to you. You guys, Peter, thank you so much for having me on this evening. It's always a pleasure. Go ahead, Vance.
Got 3 more picks.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm going to watch stuff from my eyeballs in the other room. But seriously, guys, y'all have a really good evening. Peter, it's always a pleasure. We'll do a recap coming up real soon. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Harry the Greek. You always keep your bets low and make your returns high. From Bandit, 1252 Sports, the Sports Web. Make sure you stay tuned. Appreciate everything that everybody does. God bless you. And if I pissed you off, I did my job. Have a great evening.
All right, good stuff there. Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire on 1252 Chicago Sports. Get out of here. Good night, my friend. Vance, anything else?
I really thought he would have made it.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. We'll be able to handle this. I'll be okay. I've done shows by myself before. We got you to talk to and the other web heads here, recapping the draft night here. I mean, what's your biggest surprise that happened, Vance? And what's your biggest disappointment besides the Cowboys?
Well, I like what the Texans did.
Okay.
They were aggressive. That was good. Biggest disappointment? I don't know. I don't like seeing Will Levis sitting there day 2 when he comes to the great.
Well, you look at his numbers, and he definitely regressed, if you will. 19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, coming off a year 24-13. We know he has all the measurables. We know he can make all the throws. But obviously, there's teams out there that have big-time question marks about him and his leadership qualities, and who knows? They could fall into the 2nd round, maybe drafted in the 3rd round. But he'll have something to prove. He'll have a chip on his shoulder. Hendon Hooker still on the board at this juncture. The Saints, the Saints pick is in here, so we'll see what happens. And then you said the Texans knocked out of the park for you?
They did, yeah. They got D'Amico Ryans. He's a great defensive coordinator in San Fran, and I think he's gonna do some good things there.
And check this out, guys. 125,000 people in attendance in Kansas City, so they killed it tonight. I hope this extravaganza comes to Tampa one of these days, because I think there's so many great football fans here. Not just Buccaneer fans, but also just great football fans like yourself. You've been here before. They would definitely show out. But Kansas City, great job and what they've done. And this is what the NFL envisioned in the first place. This is the reason why you put the draft in prime time. So great stuff, Vance. Thanks a lot for the call. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that they had the draft in Tampa. Tampa would blow away freaking whatever it is, 120,000 ever.
125,000 right now. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you.
I think they'd beat that.
They would definitely beat that. Vance, definitely don't be a stranger here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television on Monday and Wednesday nights. Always welcome to call. Talk about your Dallas Cowboys or anything else, my friend, okay?
Good talking to you, Pete.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. All right. Saints pick is in. Roger Goodell is on the clock. So let's see what the New Orleans Saints do. The pick is in. All right, Brian Brees. So you improved that defensive line. That's exactly what the Saints need to do with that defense, and they're doing it again. That's how the Saints have been good for so many years, because not only have they improved the offensive line and drafted the offensive line, but you also draft in the defensive line. And there you go. You get Brian Brees from Clemson. Good value there. Was said he was going to go the top 15 picks. He ends up all the way at 29 for the Saints. So there you go, Buccaneer fans. Of course, the Saints being the biggest rival of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of course, the Bucs sweeping them out. But the Bucs in their past have had all kinds of problems with the Saints. And it seems like they've strengthened their defense by getting Mr. Brees from Clemson. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. The other number, 727-409-7528. Again, 727-409-7528. Let's go back out to these comments. Ralph says, Miles Murphy to the Bengals. Yes, we talked about that. That was pick 30. You got Philly and Kansas City, and then we're into the second round tomorrow night. Second and third round tomorrow night here. We'll see what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do in those rounds. Let's continue to go out to the phone lines. Welcome to the Evolution. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Peter, it's Cole.
What's up, Cole? Welcome back, buddy. A lot better. We can hear you now.
Yeah. No, I tried to do it from the car while I was driving, and that was a bad idea.
That's all right, man. At least you're making the effort to call in here. So give me your thoughts on this Tampa Bay Buccaneer draft pick. Give me your thoughts on your biggest disappointment of the night, your biggest surprise of the night of the NFL draft in 2023.
Well, the thing is, I hate to agree with the Greek while he's gone, but I like this tackle that Jacksonville got. I wish the Bucs would have gotten him.
Sure.
But I'm liking the Pittsburgh choice more and more. The defensive tackle from Pittsburgh more and more, because he was a unanimous All-American. And I think he's going to be a rotational guy for when Vita Vea goes down, or when Vita Vea goes out. Also, he can be another guy on the line at defensive end, and to take Sue's place, because we all know Vita Vea was a totally different cat when Vita Vea was there, or when Sue was there, and I think this guy has the quality to be a top dude. And I thought it was a Hall. It was an indictment of Hall, but Hall is more the stable defensive end.
Well, here's the thing with Hall, right? He's a defensive end. He's a defensive tackle. You're not really sure. He's a hybrid, but he needs to get stronger at the point of attack. Jason Light, this organization, even Todd Bowles has talked about it. He has to improve. What's his progression in the second year? What's the third year of Joe Tryon-Shoyinka? Does he stand out?
Yeah, this guy, he comes so close to getting sacks, and he doesn't come through, and it's infuriating, because we need to get guys on the outside that are doing real well, and we need to get a tackle. The problem with this draft, a tackle reminds me a lot of last year's draft at wide receiver. 4 guys that are really good, and then it dropped off.
Yeah, it definitely drops off, and that's the thing you got to look at. And look, the Bucs, they go into free agency. You get a Greg Gaines from the Rams. He started a little bit. Is he going to be the eventual starter? Is Cansey going to be a rotational guy? Is he going to come in right away and start? I mean, defensive tackles, traditionally defensive ends, it is a tough transition. We've seen that with Logan Hall. We've seen that with a lot of players in the past of how much of a tough transition. So it may take a while, or this guy may come in.
I think he could be a rotational guy for Vita Vea.
Yeah,
because he can. That way, he doesn't get hurt as much.
Right.
and you don't drop off as much when he's not there. So I mean, or can move over to defensive end on occasion.
Well, you got some
the
point is you got some versatility here, Cole, and that's exactly what you need to do. And you also have gotten younger on this line the last couple of drafts with the drafting of Hall, and of course you get Cansey from Pitt tonight.
That's 3 in a row defenses too. 3 in a row defensive on your first pick too.
Well, I mean,
because
really,
Hall was the first pick last year.
Right. I mean, is that really a shocking surprise at the end of the day? Because you got Todd Bowles, who's a defensive coordinator. He's got the defensive mindset. You're not going to go offense. I think there's a lot of people who wanted them to go offensive line, but we talked about it. The run on offensive tackles would also be the story of this draft. And it certainly happened. And it started at 6 with Paris Johnson Jr. from Ohio State, Darnell Wright from the Chicago Bears, and then so forth and so on. Skoronski to the Tennessee Titans there later on.
Yeah, but you still had the guy that went to Jacksonville still on the board.
Yeah, I don't think the Bucs valued him as high, and I still think at the end of the day, in my heart of hearts, that Luke Gedeke is the player to watch because Jason Light drafted him 2nd round. They played him at left guard. He struggled, but his natural position, and you can watch this interview.
He's right guard,
is right tackle. That's
right tackle.
It's right tackle.
Ooh, wow.
So the Eagles pick is in here. Let's see what they did. They made a big splash tonight with trading with the Chicago Bears from 10 to 9. That was the talk coming in. Of course, Jalen Carter, all the talent in the world. Were you surprised that he dropped so low because of the off-the-field stuff?
No. Actually, I was surprised that he stayed in the top 10 because remember, he wouldn't take anybody. He wouldn't take any visits from anybody outside of the top 10 because
Correct.
I'm not going to drop out of the top 10.
Correct.
And I was surprised that he dropped. That he stayed in the top 10,
right?
Because once he dropped from one of the top 3 or 4 out of Seattle, they needed a defensive tackle and they passed on him. And I thought, wow, he's going to drop. And I was thinking, man, if he drops to 19, are the Bucs going to take him? I mean, that's kind of where I was at, and I was surprised that he stayed in the top 10. But a buddy of mine that I was watching the draft with, he's like, listen, if Philadelphia is going to come up to get somebody, they're coming up to get Carter.
Correct. You're exactly right. Exactly right. And that was the talk throughout the week. A lot of people said Bijan Robinson. I didn't buy it. The value is there for Robinson, but this team, once again, much like the New Orleans Saints, they build within the lines, right?
And the value was there for Carter at that point, too.
Correct. Absolutely.
They don't expect Carter to be there at 9 or 10 or whatever.
You really don't. You really don't. You bring up a great point because at the start of this draft, Carter was looked at as maybe the number 1 player, number 1 overall player. And Chicago basically told you at 9, we don't want you. We're going to trade out. We're going to pick up a 4th-round pick next year, and we're going to use that for draft capital going forward. Great stuff.
And Cole. They dropped down, too.
Yep.
They dropped down as well.
Correct.
I mean, out of 9 to 10.
Yep.
I mean, so I mean, that's – the Bears did an excellent job with this draft.
The Bears have killed it all offseason. You can't win a championship in the offseason, but you can definitely put yourself in that situation to where you can be competitive possibly for this division now. With Aaron
and then
Rodgers.
if their quarterback stinks, if they did the same thing that the Eagles did last year, if their quarterback had stunk, the Eagles quarterback, and he'd not done well, they had enough draft capital to go up to number 1 and get one of these 2 guys.
Sure.
Okay. And I think the Bears had the exact same situation next year. If this guy does not do well, the Ohio State quarterback, then they can go up and get one of these top 2 guys.
Yeah.
May or Williams or whoever they want.
Well, you're exactly right.
If he doesn't do well.
Correct. And you hope that Justin Fields does well because he's shown flashes of brilliance. And I hope the Bears find their franchise quarterback. Again, they're going to have every opportunity. They're putting all the weapons around him. DJ Moore.
He has every opportunity to do something this year.
So no excuse at this point, Cole. For them to be successful. Anything else here on the Sports Web, my friend?
No, thank you. You guys have done a great job tonight, and I'm sorry about the echo. I'll try not to put you in speaker next time.
Great job, man. Appreciate the call as always. Let me give you the macho, man.
Yeah.
Definitely call back anytime you want to, all right? We'll see you on Monday and Wednesday night, okay, bud?
Take care.
CSB brother right there, Mr. Cole calling in. Open phone line. Eagles on the clock. It looks like the Kelsey mother here, Donna Kelsey, is on to make the pick. Nolan Smith out of Georgia. Shocker. And I kind of said that. Didn't I? Didn't I say that earlier in this broadcast? That the Philadelphia Eagles were becoming Georgia North. With Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nakobe Dean, and Nolan Smith. This team is even better than they were last year, and that is frightening. Frightening. Nolan Smith, 6'2", 238, 4'4", 4'3" at the combine. Highly explosive player. They're getting younger on that line. We told you what they were going to do, and that's exactly what they did. So Nolan Smith, the pick there. And once again, I love what the Eagles have done. I hate to say it because I hate the Eagles, but the Eagles are killing it. They're completely killing it. Not only with Jalen Hurts, getting him signed, which was the right thing to do because now you found your franchise quarterback. You go out and get A.J. Brown. You go out and get Devontae Smith out of where? Alabama. Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis last year. This year, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, home run. Eagles fans should be happy. Very happy. If you want to talk about your Philadelphia Eagles, you're out there watching this show, feel free. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. In case you can't get in on that line, 727-409-7528. Again, 727-409-7528. Another kid's dream has come true. It was said the Bucs were interested in him at 19. They were not. He fell out a little bit. But again, you look at it, Carter, Smith, Davis, and Dean, Georgia North for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they're doing it all on defense. And the Cowboys, the Commanders, the Giants, that's going to be tough. That's definitely going to be tough to compete with. All right, let's go out to Keith Robbins Jr. here. Rays had a huge game today, 14 runs after not scoring yesterday and the day before. So how about those? Absolutely good stuff there. Of course, they lose 2 out of 3. Houston, everybody starts to say, oh, this team is what they are. This team is fantastic. They had a couple bad games there. Don't lose hope, Rays fans. Brian Brees, defensive tackle, Clemson to New Orleans. Yes, best draft for me ever. Live draft with great commentary. Thanks, Pete and Harry. Absolutely appreciate the support. Ralph says Steelers take Joey Porter Jr. second round. We have the first pick in the second round. That is certainly possible, and you see the value there. Instead of getting him in the first round in the teens, which has been talked about ad nauseum, you trade down, get Broderick Jones to strengthen that offensive line. Great pick. Love the pick. Let's go out to Eric. Says, wow. Greg says, Howie looks happy. He should be happy. They killed it. Holy stuff. We took another Georgia player and another very talented Georgia player. So good for you, Greg. It's the Philadelphia Bulldogs. It really is. And you can't go wrong, can you? I mean, the way that Kirby Smart has recruited and built that program up, 2-time national champions. Although you lose Todd Monken, now the offensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens, that should be interesting. Getting Lamar Jackson back in the fold, having OBJ, Rashard Bateman, J.K. Dobbins, Zay Flowers. I mean, Baltimore did a good job tonight, knocking it out of the park. But we'll recap it. Kansas City is on the board here at 31. Of course, the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs defeating the Philadelphia Eagles. And right now, it looks like Philly is trying to set themselves up to go back to the Super Bowl. And honestly, with the Aaron Rodgers trade, you look at it from the standpoint of the complexion of the league right now, especially in the NFC, there's 2 teams at the top of the mountain that you probably have to worry about. And everybody else follows. It's the San Francisco 49ers. And you're not sure Brock Purdy is going to play for the whole year. There was talk they would trade Trey Lance. They picked up Sam Darnold in the offseason, but they still have the defense. You still have McCaffrey. You still have Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. Very young wide receiver. The defense that'll knock your head off. Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. And then you got the Philadelphia Eagles. And here they come with that defense, and here they come with that offense. Lose both coordinators. What's the impact of that? But right now, with not having Aaron Rodgers, those are the two teams right now I'm looking at. Love the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I don't know if they can win in this division. I think they can. They're trying to set themselves up. But right now, those two teams are elite. The AFC, different story. Different story. Rodgers to the Jets. Tua to the Dolphins, of course. Josh Allen, Buffalo. New England in that conversation. Justin Herbert. Patrick Mahomes. Lots of young quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence. You look at C.J. Stroud. What's going to be the impact of him with the Texans? A lot of people didn't think they were going to go for him. They went for him. And they get Will Anderson. So they've knocked it out of the park too. So Philly, Texans have done a good job. What's the impact of these young quarterbacks? It's always the talk. No matter if it's the draft or it's the whole season, we always talk about quarterbacks here on the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about at number 19 tonight. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers take Kalijah Kancey. I think I got his name right. Still trying to work on his name, from Pittsburgh, the defensive tackle. The comparison has been Aaron Donald. 14 sacks in his 2 years at Pittsburgh. Ran a high 40 time, amazing 40 time at the end of the day. Bucs loved it. They didn't waste a lot of time. That was their pick. It wasn't Nolan Smith. It wasn't Brian Branch that was talked about. It was Kancey. So there you go. All right, let's go out to Greg here. Yep. So the Chiefs pick is in, and we will wrap it up for the night as we gave you, nearly 4 hours of Sports Web draft pre-coverage last night. We gave you about 2.5 hours tonight. Pretty tired. I got to get back to work in the morning. But this has been fun. Definitely a fun experience going on here on I Love St. Pete, Amped Up Sports, and the Hub. So let's see what the Kansas City Chiefs do. Of course, their big-time story. They win the Super Bowl, right? They come back against the Philadelphia Eagles in the last Super Bowl there. Thanks for the great show, Pete. I appreciate you as always. Thank you. And that was my CSB brother, Mr. Cole. Thank you very much for the support, as always, because shows like this don't exist and we don't have fans calling in and having all these comments and interaction, because this is special. This is what's special about the Sports Web, and I hope you come back. The Chiefs pick is in. They are taking their sweet time here for television as the draft started at the early hour, about 8:15, and now it is 11:53 at night. So we will see what the Kansas City Chiefs are going to do. What do they need at this point? They may go with another wide receiver. Is that a possibility? Is that a possibility here? A wide receiver? They're not going to go with Levis. I can tell you that right now. Did they go with an offensive tackle? I mean, where did the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs go at this juncture? Just looking through my draft notes at this point. And there was talk that they were going to go for Zay Flowers, but of course, Flowers went to Baltimore. So what is Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs thinking at this point? As once again, 125,000 in Kansas City. So they've done a great job. Who is coming out right now? Can somebody tell me why some of these players are wearing sunglasses? Besides the fact to look cool, I mean, there's no reason for it. It's not sunny out. Good show. Stalling. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what they're doing at this juncture. I don't know why they're stalling so hardcore on this. So they brought out the Super Bowl championship. And they're just they're very excited there in Kansas City, of course, as they should be. Okay, here we go. All right. Very good pick. Felix and DK Zuma, defensive end out of Kansas State, not Kansas City, Kansas State for Kansas City. Say that 3 times. An edge rusher, it's what they need to do to defensively get better. of course, and that's exactly what they're going to do, of course, for teams out there. So it makes lots of sense. Another player that was mentioned at 19 for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that has been the draft. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Let me go out to Dave here. Why didn't they bring out their second place trophy? Well, they're not going to do that because, of course, a lot of Bucs fans are talking about that they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just a couple years ago. But once again, they are Super Bowl champions. Good for them. It seems like they're happy with that pick. So we shall see how it transpires all tomorrow night with the second and third round. Thanks to all our guests, all our callers, of course, here at the Greek. Professional handicapper extraordinaire. Greg says, thank you, sleepy time. It is sleepy time. 3 things here. Once again, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 19 take Kalijah Kancey as they're dancing in Kansas City at number 19 from Pitt. The comparison is Aaron Donald. We'll keep you abreast of the situation. Anything happens with your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we got you covered. Like and follow the Sports Web on YouTube. Like I Love St. Pete, Amped Up Sports, and the Hub. And do 3 things for me. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for you draft people out there and Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans and fans of the Sports Web, it's your time. Have a great night.